Okay, guys, can you hear me? We should be live. All right, thank you, Dragon Rider. Welcome to the stream. Just going to send out a quick little notice, let everybody know. Okay, so how's everybody's weekend going? How hungover am I? Not very. A little smidge of a hangover. Not very hungover, though. Yesterday's beer festival was actually a lot of fun. I haven't enjoyed a beer festival that much in a long time because, I don't know. I think it was a case of me getting drunk with the right people. We Are Pro Wrestling. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. Okay, so before I jump into Clash of Champions and Saturday night's main event, did you know you were partying on Nikki Cross's birthday? Imagine her being there. I don't want to imagine what Nikki Cross's birthday would be like. That's kind of terrifying. Why was she not brought up as part of the Superstar Shakeup? Because I know Sanity got brought up, so it seems weird that she would get left behind. A Darth Vader mug. Is that because you're drinking Dark Roast? I am drinking Dark Roast. That was a happy accident, though. That wasn't planned. This is just one of my several. I have 4 Star Wars mugs, and they're kind of. It's 4 mugs, but they're kind of to the same. I've got a Luke and Vader mug. I've got 2 Luke and Vader mugs, and I've got 2 Han Solo and Boba Fett mugs. So it's just a happy coincidence that I'm drinking Dark Roast with Darth Vader. She was left to help the NXT women's division. That makes sense because they don't have a lot of girls left after. I mean, they lost Ember Moon. They lost. Ember Moon was such a huge one, and yeah, Nikki would definitely help up on that feud with Shayna Baszler. Yeah, they can do that. Yeah, well, before we get started on Saturday night's main event or Clash of Champions, I do want to talk a few things about some of the stuff that happened this week about within pro wrestling. I'm still not drunk, I promise. I'm not as drunk as you think I am. I'm not as think as you drunk I am, or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, a couple of things happened this week. I do want to talk about it. Superstar Shakeup. You're probably wondering what my thoughts are on the Superstar Shakeup. I thought it was interesting. They didn't really move any huge main eventers around, which I thought was interesting. They didn't like okay, you look at the 2 WrestleMania title matches, Reigns and Lesnar and AJ and Nakamura, and they've stayed on the same show. So I didn't feel like they moved any huge names over. I guess you could say Jinder Mahal is a huge name, but I wouldn't. I don't really care. So really most of the changes were at the like mid-card level, and some of those changes were interesting. I think moving Asuka over to SmackDown was pretty much a foregone conclusion, given that she was pretty much, if she had beaten Charlotte at Mania, she would have been moved over to SmackDown anyway. Moving Owens and Zayn over to Raw makes sense, even though they did the match the week before where it's like, oh, neither one of them got a job. So it just kind of felt like a waste of that match. And a good finish to that match where we actually got a double count out in the center of the ring, which I don't recall the last time I ever saw that. Trying to think, what were some of the other ones? A bunch of NXT people moved up. Ember Moon, Authors of Pain. Andrade Cien Almas is moving up. God, NXT got pillaged, it feels like. Yeah, so I think there's a lot. Oh, Drew McIntyre got moved up. It looks like he's going to be teaming with Dolph Ziggler, who moved over to Raw. Bobby Roode moved over to Raw. Yeah, I think they did a lot to potentially make the shows a little bit more exciting. And of course, I have to bring this up. The Miz got moved to SmackDown, which means we're probably going to get the Daniel Bryan Miz feud that we all want. So there's some potential to liven up the shows a little bit, even if they didn't move like the major stars over. I don't like taking Ellering away from AOP either. I think that's a mistake. I think it was rushed and it's a mistake. But you know, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe Raw and SmackDown will be a lot more interesting now moving forward. We'll see week to week. I'm going to try and watch both Raw and SmackDown next week just to see how everything turned out. And another thing I wanted to talk about this week, obviously, is the passing of Bruno Sammartino, huge wrestling legend, passed away at the age of 82, which unfortunately in wrestling years is like 105. So he actually had a good long life compared to most. But I've talked about it before. Bruno was before my time. He wasn't somebody that I got to see in his prime. He wasn't somebody that he had a huge impact on me as a kid because I didn't watch him. He was before my time. So, Bruno, a lot of my feelings towards Bruno kind of came secondhand. I think I mentioned my father was a big Bruno fan, and he always told me, it's like, oh, you think Hogan's great, but Bruno, that guy. So I'd always heard, like, Bruno was always like this name that was whispered on the winds of legend, and someone I was always fascinated in, because he was kind of like the first time I ever heard about Babe Ruth. He was just like this hallowed, holier than thou, bigger than the sport legend that was just built up to me. So I wanted to watch as much Bruno Sammartino material as I could find. And thank God for the WWE Network. They've got a good hunk of it on there. And yeah, watching Bruno, you can definitely see the charisma. You can definitely see how hot his feuds were. Like his feud with Stan Hansen over the neck-breaking incident. Back then, without a whole lot of television and the live attendance kind of driving the business, it made sense for Bruno to be this bigger, Italian strongman attraction. And, people in the Northeast friggin' loved him. And he was actually a draw in various other places as well, despite what Flair will tell you. He did draw in like California and in Florida and various other places. Suddenly black screen. Oh, did you guys lose me? Bruno held the WWE Championship for 20% of the championship's existence. That's kind of crazy, but yes, he did. Bruno is just one of those legendary figures that stayed pure. There weren't a lot of scandals that associated with Bruno. There weren't a lot of, and as a character, he never turned heel. So he's just kind of this pure, idealized wrestling icon. And I think Bruno deserves all the credit in the world for being the legend in pro wrestling that he is. And I'll close out by saying my favorite Bruno Sammartino program was his feud with Larry Zbyszko in 1980. I think some of the material they did there was outstanding. You have a chance, go back and watch Bruno versus Larry from that one episode of All-Star Wrestling in 1980 where Larry turned on him. You want to talk about a well-executed, damn near perfectly executed heel turn? Go watch that match. It's incredible. And one of my favorite heel turns in the history of the business. Dream match, Hogan versus Bruno. Yeah, I always wondered, because Bruno was working sporadically on a part-time basis in the mid-'80s. And was in decent shape. He was not he probably wasn't in his prime, but he was still in good enough shape. And I've always wondered, what would have happened if they had planned to do Hogan versus Bruno as the main event to WrestleMania 2? What would that have been like, And it's fun to think about. Back then Vince was not too keen on doing face versus face matches. So he probably didn't want to do it for that reason. But I've always wondered, if WrestleMania 2 if they had done that match, because Bruno actually wrestled at WrestleMania 2. He was in the NFL WWF Battle Royal, which is cool that Bruno got a match at WrestleMania. That's in the lore of WrestleMania. Bruno Sammartino does have a WrestleMania match under his belt, which is pretty neat. Bruno's last match was in a tag match teaming with Hogan. That's interesting. Who'd they team against? Bruno versus Hogan would have sold out the Garden in like 10 seconds. Probably. It would have been like people would have been jumping over themselves to get it. I'm fascinated as to what the crowd reaction would have been to that. Because Bruno was such a legend in the Northeast, you think the crowd would have turned against Hogan? Would it have been like a Hogan Rock scenario where it's like, yeah, Rock, you're the new hotness and everything, but Hogan's the legend? Would it have been like that where it's like, yeah, Hogan, you're the top guy right now, but Bruno's the legend, and we got to cheer for him? It was Bundy and One Man Gang. Okay, interesting. I kind of want to go watch that match now because that's just an interesting team up. But yeah, I just wanted to pay my respects to Bruno. He's a great wrestling legend and one of the all-time biggest names in the history of the business. I wanted to pay my respects and say thank you for everything that he did for the business. And yeah, my dad was a huge fan of his, and I wonder if, you know, Dad being a fan of him kind of passed on wrestling to me, and, you know, Hogan kind of got me to be a fan. But I wonder if, like, if my dad wasn't a fan of Bruno before, would wrestling have been passed down to me? I don't know. Yeah. So with that, just wanted to pay my respects. Thank you, Bruno, for everything. You were truly great. You were the living legend, Bruno Sammartino. So with that, we can jump into Clash of Champions. I have it pulled up right here. Let's turn the volume up. Okay. Today we'll be watching Clash of Champions VII, Guts and Glory. We've got, let's see what the network says. Clash of Champions VII, Wednesday, June 14th, 1989. Clash of Champions VII features Ricky Steamboat taking on Terry Funk and the conclusion of the World Tag Team Championship Tournament. So this is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing this main event. I've never seen it before, so we're looking at this with fresh eyes. Dustin Glory. No, it's Guts and Glory. Guts with a G. I don't know if my microphone's not working as well as it should. Different version of Power and Glory. Power and Glory was such a good team. They deserve so much more.
I'm Lieutenant General Carl Steiner, the commander of the 18th Airborne Corps at Fort Bragg.
Hi, Carl Steiner.
I want to thank World Championship Wrestling for affording us the opportunity to join other Americans and other soldiers across this land in salute.
Yeah, Terry Funk, not Chainsaw Charlie.
114 years ago.
The Funker. I'm the Funker, damn it.
Trying to help establish our nation. Today, the
yes, Guts and Glory. It's a Nickelodeon game show.
Upon the face of this earth.
Live from Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And
Fort Bragg.
Many days of Iron Mike, the symbol of the United States Army worldwide. World Championship Wrestling presents tonight a top 10 showdown featuring number 10 contender Terry Funk.
Oh my God, they rank contenders? What madness is this?
Plus, who will become the newest freebird when the semifinals of the World Tag Team Title Tournament continues tonight on the Clash of Champions 7, Guts and Glory. Now let's go to Jim Ross.
I have not seen the Andre doc yet. I'm going to watch it next week. I haven't seen it yet, though. Wow, that's a rowdy-looking crowd. Ranking contenders how? Based on promos, merch sales? Yeah, that's how you rank contenders, not wins and losses. That doesn't matter. That's why, like, the SmackDown, contenders ranking that they were doing was such bullshit, because it's like, wait, locker room leadership, how do you quantify that? That doesn't make any sense. So if you fulfill a bunch of Make-A-Wish, requests, does that make you a top contender? Like, how the hell does that work?
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lot of production that may give us some of these stars. You hear them in the background. They are jazzed up, as are we. And now let's stand for the singing of our national anthem.
See, Fort Bragg gets the national anthem. I didn't get the national anthem when I went to WrestleMania 29. I am still so salty about that. You have no idea. Like, I'm like, guys, it's part of the tradition. What do you... I was really looking forward to that too, because it's like, yeah, I'm at WrestleMania as part of the festivities. I get to be the national anthem, as part of like the WrestleMania celebration, and I didn't get it, and I'm like, screw you guys, that's bullshit. Is it June 13th yet? No, sadly, no. Gotta wait a little bit longer from a lucha. Come to Mania next year and watch them skip over it again. I might go to Mania next year. I haven't decided yet. If I'm gonna go with my friend Eric. I went with him to WrestleMania 29, so we'd have to plan it. But he's getting married later this year, so I don't know what his schedule is gonna be like. The land of the free and the home of the brave. NXT Brooklyn. You know, Brooklyn's become like kind of the WrestleMania of NXT in a weird way. It's become like that's the big show every year, it feels. Scott Steiner, my boy. I love Scotty Steiner. By the way, we've got an Impact Wrestling pay-per-view on tonight. Scott Steiner's on the card in the tag title match. Are you at least happy you get the national anthem at baseball games? Yeah. Actually, you know, the funny thing about baseball, I like going to baseball games more than I like going to football games. Football is better watched on TV, and baseball is better watched in person, I feel. Does anybody else feel the same way, or is that just me? Our wonderful hosts from the 18th Airborne Corps and the 82nd Airborne Division. This is truly an all-American adventure, and we're here. There you see Ranger Ross. Ranger Ross! Approximately 40 miles an hour coming down the cable. And next, I think you're going to see Missy Hyatt, who took the slide for life. She got a lot of help putting on her life vest from the soldiers, I understand. And Missy Hyatt comes down. There she is. There we go, Missy. Citi Field. I went to, actually, when I went to WrestleMania, one of the things we did that weekend, we went to the Mets game on Saturday, right before we went to yeah, we went to the Mets game the Saturday, and then later that night we went to the Ring of Honor show. So that was a busy weekend. Citi Field is a nice field. I liked it. It's like, I mean, living in this area, I'm kind of partial to Camden Yards. Camden is just a wonderful, wonderful field. Love Camden. And Nats Park is pretty nice, too. I was just there yesterday for the beer festival. Like, Nats Park is pretty cool. I like it. Okay, we got our first match going. It's these losers. The dynamic dudes are so terrible. Like, oh my God, they suck. I mean, I love Shane Douglas and Johnny Ace, whatever, but God, this tag team sucks so bad. They are like, I would expect to find them in like a, okay, now we got the Fabulous Freebirds coming out. Did living in the Baltimore area make you an Orioles fan? Kind of. Actually, what made me an Orioles fan, I was a big Cal Ripken nut, and that kind of rubbed off on me. Missed getting tickets to ROH War of the Worlds in Royal Oak, and I refuse to pay $500 on StubHub. I don't blame you. $500 to an ROH show. I mean, granted, ROH... I'm not knocking him. It's like, dude, I'm not paying $500 to go to a Ring of Honor show. I didn't even pay that much for my Mania ticket when I went. I got my Mania ticket for like $250, $300. Granted, I was in the nosebleed section, but popular? Are you sure the dynamic dudes are popular? Were they ever popular? They look like the thing that you would have in a pile ready to go into a 90s time capsule, and then they get rejected because it's like, no, nobody wants to remember the fucking dynamic dudes. I don't even think the dynamic dudes want to remember the dynamic dudes.
It's hot in and outside of the ring, and what an enthusiastic crowd they are, Jim. I'm certainly glad they're on our side.
Well, we're waiting for the referee to get one of the Freebirds out. Let's go. He's calling for the bell. Let's hear the bell.
Oh my God, the dudes are over. What the hell? You know what? At Fort Bragg, they're probably just there to have a good time and enjoy the show. Oh God, they botched a leapfrog. And now they botched a double atomic drop. They're like the Rockers, but shitty. They should call themselves... Oh my God, they suck. They are so terrible. They're out of sync. They're not... Oh my God. I've seen more botches in the last 30 seconds than I've seen in entire matches. I understand it's a ROH New Japan crossover, but $500 is highway robber. I agree. That price is ridiculous. How is Johnny Ace related to Animal? They're brothers, right? I was under the impression they were brothers. Which, you know who got all the talent in that family? People power. It's so weird seeing people cheer for the dynamic dudes. They're like, guys, they suck. They suck so much. They're like the John Cena of tag teams, except they didn't win all the time. Arm drag. Who the fuck gave the dynamic dudes an undefeated streak? That's terrible. How dare you? Piped in crowds? I don't think this crowd is piped in. I think this is just... They seem like a lively bunch. Vince would have made them tag champs, probably. Got Jimmy Garvin. The fabulous Freebirds. What went wrong, dynamic dudes? What went right with the dynamic dudes? Well, like, was there any potential there? I mean, granted, Shane Douglas, talented dude. I've always appreciated Shane Douglas, but that team just wasn't gonna, no. Just wasn't gonna work. They're like the Fantastics if the Fantastics had no likability at all whatsoever. Would you rather have dynamic Douglas or Dean Douglas? Dean Douglas wasn't that bad of a gimmick. Like, there was some potential there. They just didn't maximize it. Like the Dean Douglas character, there was like a nugget of a good character in there, but they just didn't capitalize on it. And him having to work with the Clique didn't help either.
Well, it's been all the dudes as they've had the offense going right now. Here the Freebirds trying to turn it around with Garvin.
Lateral press, leg break by, but a kick out.
Well, that looked like a sure three right there. He had him, but he had that leg hook, and he just couldn't hold it.
Slam by Garvin, lateral press. Young down, 1,
Oh, God, could you imagine Dean Douglas and Damian Sandow as a tag team? Nice to hear JR actually giving a shit when he's commentating. Yeah, that's the thing about JR. Like, you can tell when he's not motivated or when he's kind of sleepwalking through it. I don't know what he sounds like on New Japan on Access. How does he sound on that? But I remember, like, there were various points in WWE, like 2009, 2010, where I was like, JR doesn't give a shit. Like, you can tell he doesn't give a shit. Michael Hayes gonna fly? No. Okay.
You're right, Jim. No doubt, and there's been many great ones out of here. Some of the facts briefly about Bragg is 40,000.
I like the setup. Like, the ring apron looks cool with the red, white, and blue kind of trim.
Most families, a total population of 60,000, and you see a good portion of them right here in this building, too. 60,000 classifies as
G1 USA. Okay, he only did the G1 USA. Well, I mean, JR's getting older, too. That's the other part of it. Like, I mean, how much longer can he keep doing that? Double Dare or Legends of the Hidden Temple? I really liked both shows. Legends of the Hidden Temple, though, was my jam. That show was awesome because it combined... it was this nice... It was educational in a way, but it also had the physical challenges. And the last challenge with the temple... and all the different rooms they would go into was really creative, I thought. So that was like a great game show for kids. To me, it combined the best elements of Guts and like an educational game show. Like, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? I believe it was on PBS. That was actually a really good game show for kids. Had a catchy theme song, too. Oh, God, we've only been in this for 5 minutes. Hopefully this doesn't go for 20. They hit a double drop kick. Good for the dudes. Which was your team on Hidden Temples? I was totally a Green Monkeys because I love the color green and I love monkeys. So I totally rooted for the Green Monkeys all the time. I mean, that's the logic of a kid. You go for what your favorite color is or what your favorite animal is. So... DDT! Put that fucker down! 1, 2, 3, yes! The Freebirds win! No more dynamic dudes! Hooray! Yay! I don't have to look at them again. Can we have Bad Street USA as the theme song, please? What is this? Stock theme song garbage. God damn. Hate this so much. Vince, just pay for the theme songs. It's one of those things that's like not paying for the theme songs. It's one of those things that's like what's the phrase? I heard John Taffer use it on Bar Rescue, but it's dime smart, dollar dumb. It's like, yeah, you're saving money now, but you're undercutting the quality of the product. So it's going to hurt you in the long term because your product's not as good. What's this? Jack Victory. What in the world? Paulie dangerously. That was an interesting commercial for the wrestling hotline. Does anybody remember those? Like, because WWF used to do them too with Mean Gene, like the wrestling hotlines. I love. They had to put a little thing on phone number no longer active. Like WWE had to put that in there as if I would try to call the number. Actually, you know what? I probably would try to call the number because it's like, God, I wonder what it is now. I did not. I never called any of the hotlines. No.
Just want to say hi to my mom and dad, my wife Carol.
Love here Gage second. A friend of mine has a Green Monkeys t-shirt from Legends of the Hidden Temple, so I know they exist. Well, wasn't it the Angry Video Game Nerd in one of his videos? There was like, in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, there was a real phone number that you had to call. So he called the number. Who is this guy? What? Oh my God, seriously? Okay, there is a wrestler on my screen right now who is named The Terrorist. I am not making this up. Oh God, Ranger Ross in Fort Bragg. This is the most over he's ever been. The Terrorist? Ranger Ross is fighting The Terrorist. Wow. Wow, that is shocking. That is shocking. And he's a masked man. Oh my God. That's hilarious. That is so hilarious. Keep in mind, this was back in the 80s when our image of terrorism was Cobra. Cobra! So, you know, back when terrorism was funny and colorful and cool. Jack Victory under a mask? It probably is Jack Victory, if I had to guess. Let's see. Let's pull it up. Jack Victory. Yep, it's Jack Victory. Real America. And watching a terrorist get his ass kicked. The Terrorist. That is so, like, I dare anyone to attempt that today, in today's current climate. Have a terrorist gimmick. Ranger Ross with a flying forearm. Tito Santana style. Terrorist versus Shockmaster. Let's get it. I'd pay to see that. Hip toss. Yeah, Victory could form a stable based on every mask gimmick he ever had. Probably. Elbow drop. Clothesline. I mean, the crowd's eating it up. They're chanting USA and they're into Ranger Ross, so I won't. Shot to the gut. I mean, I won't question that it worked as far as the crowd reaction goes. It's kind of like on that episode of Glow, where the beatdown biddies, they changed their gimmick to like KKK women or whatever, and the two black women beat the shit out of them. So it's like, okay, Ranger Ross gets the win. That was quick. So they made our discomfort quick. But that's one of those things I always talk about. It's like, dude, let the heels be heels. Like, look, dude, like, do a KKK gimmick. Why not? Like, do it and then do it. Like, if you can craft a storyline and a feud and make people care about the matches, like, you know. Jack Victory's mask gimmicks versus Ed Leslie's gimmicks in a Survivor Series match. Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. The Butcher versus the Terrorist. Hello, Pelter. Welcome to the stream. Where do you draw the lines of storylines going too far? I wasn't a fan of the Eddie and Hell storyline because it was just so uncomfortable. It's like, look, Eddie's not even cold in the ground yet. Like, guys, this is so uncomfortable to watch. Getting a Road Warriors video package. Like, things that, like, take, they're allowed to use Iron Man for this? Or some... Okay, they didn't cut over this. I'm a little surprised. Weren't there speculations of Eddie showing up at Mania 22? Oh, yeah, the angle went so far that some people thought Eddie wasn't really dead. This is a nice video package. The Road Warriors, we murder people.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Charlie Osborne, the 82nd Airborne Division Artillery Executive Officer, and I want to wish the United States Army a happy birthday.
You gonna shoot that gun off? There you go. I like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here live on Superstation TBS.
Hello, JR.
North Carolina, the home of the 82nd Airborne. We're very happy to be participating with the United States Army in their 214th birthday. It's indeed a privilege for us to be here. And ladies and gentlemen, this particular segment of the program, we will be seeing a Dragon Shy demonstration with Gary Hart and the Great Muta.
Dragon Shy. Okay.
As you all know, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert has challenged the Great Muta in a double jeopardy event. If Muta wins the coin toss prior to the match, it will be Dragon Shy. If Gilbert wins, it will be a coal miner's glove match. We've asked Gary Hart and the Great Muta to join us here in the ring. Trent Knight and Mike Justice will be going through this demonstration with us.
That's interesting.
And Gary explained he is here. I guess we're going to have
Hulk Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter would have fit in well on the show. Yeah, yeah.
Have a demonstration. Why? The Great Muta says that this is not competition for the Great Muta in a Dragon Shy match.
What's a Dragon Shy match?
Says you're nothing but a guy G, and you're nothing but a guy G.
Ooh, we're getting racial now.
We're going to fight the American wrestlers. We want somebody like a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Steamboat is American.
Somebody like the Steam. We want somebody like Eddie Gilbert. He said no longer will he embarrass himself by beating up.
I'm too big for squash matches. They're beneath me.
Listen, you had no business. He had no business spraying Missy Hyatt with that spray whatsoever. I thought that was very cowardly.
In Japan, if you know anything about the Orient,
He sprayed Missy Hyatt?
know their place.
I hear a lot of guys have sprayed Missy Hyatt.
All the Americans hide behind their women. They allow their women.
Great Muta. Yeah, the way he says it is great.
Nobody here agrees with that philosophy. Wait a minute.
Whoa! What happened? What the hell? Eddie Gilbert tried to throw a fireball at Great Muta and... Oops. Good job, Eddie Gilbert. Good job, Gilbert. Is there a "you fucked up" chant? Sounded like there was kind of a "you fucked up" chant going out there. I was in JROTC in high school, and like this is bringing back flashbacks. Okay, now we're getting a better angle of what happened.
There you see Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert throwing a huge ball of fire directly at the Great Muta's face. Muta pushed Trent Knight right in front. You see how close I was, and Knight got it all up his chest, all up his face.
Jeez, that was a big fireball.
So taking care of him right now. That was meant for the Great Muta. Now let's go up to
Great Muta versus Undertaker. That's a match that I wanted. Like, I really wanted Taker versus Muta.
number 1, first to my right, from hometown, South Carolina. He weighs 221 pounds. George South. And ladies and gentlemen, his tag team partner from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 225 pounds, Cougar J.
Cougar J and George South.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, soon to be making their way toward the ring area.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No. No. The Ding Dongs. Oh no. Oh no. Not the Ding Dongs. Cougar J sounds like a porn name. It kind of does. Oh my God. How many shitty gimmicks are they going to throw at us on this show? The dynamic dudes, the terrorists, the fucking ding-dongs. It's like, oh my God, this is like a wrestle crap. This whole show feels like a wrestle crap entry. So many bad gimmicks. The ding-dong, oh my God. They can't, yeah, that'll get you over as baby faces. Constantly ring a bell throughout the match. And they botched a roll-up, because of course they did. The fans are booing. Okay, the fans have turned on the Ding Dongs. A crowd who, by the way, cheered the dynamic dudes have turned on the Ding Dongs. Dynamic dudes versus the Ding Dongs with the terrorists as the referee. Oh my God. Stop ringing. God, I'm already irritated. I'm already annoyed. Yeah, we need the Hunchbacks, the team that can't be pinned. Oh my goodness. Okay, dynamic dudes, Ding Dongs versus the Spirit Squad. Dude, of those 3 teams, the Spirit Squad is by far the best one. I'll let that sink in. They're the least obnoxious. Oh my God, this is terrible. This is so bad. What did you think of the Spirit Squad back in the day? They were annoying, but they were whatever. It's a goofy gimmick. They I've seen worse. And some of those guys, you can tell, it's there's some talent there. Maybe they can turn them into something. And Dolph Ziggler obviously came from there. And Ken Doane was somebody I thought had potential, but it never really panned out. Does this automatically make it the worst Clash so far? It's quickly becoming that. Oh my God, I'm waiting for Mantar to come out or something. This is getting pathetic. At least they're not selling timeshares like those fuckers, the shooting stars. Yeah, those bastards. Fuck them. Fuck them and their timeshares. Bastards selling timeshares. How dare they? That was a botch. Poor JR has to go. Or Oz and who are some of the other shitty gimmicks? I don't even know what the hell that was. Elbow. Knee drop. 1, 2. Mercifully, this is over. Jim Ross was just oh my, that was horrible. I'm yeah, it was. The Ding Dongs. Jim Ross, that was horrible. That sums up this whole match. At least they're not in love like Mike Bennett and Maria, right? It's like, oh yeah, they love each other. Fuck those guys. Look how in love those two are. Screw them.
I want to congratulate the U.S. Army on its 200.
Yeah, he used to have a code in WWF especially. Like if you see a match where JR says that was bowling shoe ugly, he's telling you that the match was garbage.
This is our opportunity to recognize that all-important symbol of our country's freedom. Those stars and stripes move us to joy, to courage, to sacrifice. We must never
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
take liberty for granted. Thank you.
Get my phone. I hear the chanting and I'm immediately reminded of Major Payne. Okay, let's get our first good match of the night. Come on, guys. We got the Midnight Express out there. I have hope. I have hope. All we need is the Red Rooster and we'll be set. Oh, God. Come on, Midnight Express. We need you to save us. The show is dying. The Ding Dongs killed it. I think the Terrorist might be the best match on the show so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are. Hey, fella, we fixed to save your life. We're gonna let you sleep it off.
Did somebody try to jump in the ring? Yep. Save us, Midnight Express. You're our only hope. Oh, my God. Who they face? Samoan SWAT team. Okay, they had a good match at number 6, Clash 6. So this is kind of a rematch. There's Paulie Dangerously.
Yeah, they are excited here. They are full of vim and vigor, and so are these men, the Samoan SWAT team. They are wild, unpredictable. Samoans ready to do battle, and here's Dangerously's introduction.
Those of you who don't know by now, my nation happens to be Paul.
Samoan SWAT team was Rikishi and Haku. No, it was Rikishi. Rikishi's one of them, but the other one was Samu, I believe was his head shrinker's partner, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah, they were the head shrinkers. Yep. Which Vince was like, oh, that name Samoan SWAT team, it's not racist enough. We got to go head shrinkers with it. Okay.
Oh, you knew it had to be a live one. You had these two teams plus Cornette and Dangerously in there, and all going at each other. The blood and knees, it's so bad, it won't even mix.
And the stakes of this match are so extremely high. In the sweltering heat here in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, it is even hotter right here in the squared circle.
There we go. There's some of that Midnight Express action. I wonder if Rikishi knew that in a dozen years he'd have a dance gimmick in the WWE. Papa Shango would have loved the head shrinkers. They were around at the same time. I'm surprised they didn't interact. Movie fan 04. Paul Heyman would work great with Roman Reigns. Yeah, I've said it before. They should have done it. That would have been a great ending to Mania. Swinging net breaker. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Did you hear that supposedly Lashley versus Lesnar was scrapped? Well, that's a bad idea. I mean, that to me, that's a natural match to do. It's just, and I'm not saying like I'm the hugest Lesnar fan in the world or I'm the hugest Lashley fan in the world, but it's like, dude, that's a natural match to do. Like, I think people would be interested in that. Oh, super kick. It's a Samoan super kick party. Yeah, Rusev Taker is back on. That is going to be a weird show. It's like, because if you look at, and I guess this will be my quick preview of the greatest Royal Rumble. You've got a 50-man Royal Rumble, a ladder match, a cage match, a casket match. It's like, wow, that's kind of loaded. Like, I don't know how much of this is actually going to work. Like, I can see myself, like, getting tired of it pretty quick. Because it's like, I don't know. There's too many gimmicks. Suplex on the outside. Hashtag gimmick the show. Yep. It's one of those. I mean, it's fine if you have a lot of gimmick matches. I think Ultimate Lucha handles it really well. Of course, it's also spread up over 3 or 4 weeks. But, you know, like the gimmicks have to be warranted. And I feel like in a lot of these cases, it's just like, we're just doing it because, you know, Saudi Arabia crowd would love it. This greatest Royal Rumble is going to be a glorified house show. Yeah, it sounds like it, but I mean, that's the feeling I'm getting from it, but which isn't a bad thing. I mean, what was that one show they did with Triple H and Dean Ambrose in the main event? That was basically a glorified house show, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. I guess you could say like the Beast in the East Japan special was kind of a glorified house show, but I enjoyed that show too, except for the tag team main event, which was garbage. But there we go. Missed it by that much. Come on, JR. You knew that's what you wanted to say. Come on. Get the tag. Get the tag. Hot tag. Got it. Stan Lane is in there kicking ass. Russian leg sweep. Roadblock. That was the name of the show. Okay. Do you think less pay-per-views and occasional title changes on house shows would help make things more exciting? Yes. Yes, I do. It makes the house shows mean more and pay-per-views mean more by not having as many. What are the Road Warriors doing in there? Double clothesline. They just beat up the Samoan SWAT team. Jesus. The babyfaces cheat to win. Midnight Express wins in what was by far the best match so far. That was mediocre for a Midnight Express match, but for this show, it was a 5-star classic. If WWE did a big 16-man King of the Ring tournament, who would you have win, and would they get a WWE Universal title shot at SummerSlam? Yes to the title shot. Who would I have win? I'm not sure. Like, I'd have to look at who's hot and who's kind of ready for that type of a main event push. Raw's coming here to New York in a couple weeks. I have no interest in going. Yeah, I wasn't interested in any of their live events either, to be honest. I was like, yeah, I'm good. All right, I think the Midnight Express, the Samoan SWAT team, and the Road Warriors kind of helped get the show on track. That was actually kind of good.
So fans, now the finals are set for the semifinal, the final round here on the Clash of Champions 7. It will be later tonight. The Freebirds meeting the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette. We'll be talking to Nature Boy Ric Flair in just a little bit later in the program.
Woo! Woo!
Interesting interview ever with the champion. But I think that we should take this time to show you exactly how he was injured on May 7th at the hands of Terry Funk.
I was just kidding you about going ahead and wanting to challenge you. I didn't want to really challenge you. I was just kidding you. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, Flair. I didn't mean it.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Oh, there's a shot. There we go.
Terry Funk attacking Nature Boy Ric Flair. This is totally uncalled for. He's taking him outside the ring. Terry Funk is a man enraged. Henry Flair on the outside, out there in the front row ringside. Flair and his foot on the floor.
Didn't Flair and Funk have a match at Great American Bash 89? I believe they did. Don't remember the exact card. I know they have a match at Clash of Champions, their I Quit match. Pile driver through a table back when that was actually oh! And that table did not break, which somehow makes it look even more painful. Let's pull up the Great American Bash 89 card. Yes, they did. Ric Flair versus Terry Funk for the title. They would have an I Quit match on a Clash of Champions after this one. That was amazing. What do you think will be the main event of TakeOver Chicago in June? If I had to guess it now, probably Aleister Black versus Adam Cole, if I had to guess. Funk's lucky he didn't break Flair's neck yet, right? The pile drivers, man, those are dangerous, especially on a table.
Take a look at one of the big things that will be happening at the Great American Bash. 2-ring, triple chance, King of the Hill Battle Royal.
What the fuck did you just say, JR?
Most of the towns during the Great American Bash will be featuring the Triple Crown 2-ring King of the Hill Battle Royal, the most exciting battle royal in the history of wrestling. Up to 30 men will start at ring number 1. As the men are eliminated over the top rope, they move to ring number 2, where another battle royal begins until one man remains in each ring. These two men will face each other for $25,000 plus the right to compete in the King of the Hill Finals in Baltimore. Don't miss the 2-ring Triple Crown Battle Royal where the Great
Can you say that 3 times fast?
Arena near you.
They were also a part of a tag team cage match in the main event of the first Halloween Havoc, yes. What do you think of WCW's World War III match? It was their attempt at trying to have their own version of the Royal Rumble, and it didn't quite work. I don't hate it as much as a lot of other people do. To me, it was just kind of like a normal battle royal with 3 rings and 60 people. That's kind of how I thought of it. But as far as capturing the magic of the Royal Rumble, they didn't do that. What do we got next? More shitty stock music. Is that Bam Bam Terry Gordy? Battle of the Bulls. Interesting. Terry Bam Bam Gordy. And there we go. Dr. Death versus Terry Gordy. Oh, this is a nice fight we got going here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Dr. Death with a nice little shoulder tackle. Another one. Oh, clothesline. Gordy back in control. That music is drowning out the ring announcer. Yeah, it is. That's the other problem with using that shitty stock music. It's like, where do they get that music? Did they just kind of like download it from somewhere, like one of those free music downloaders? It's in the public domain. They might as well just like not have sound.
He's got a heart as big as all outdoors, too, Jim. This is a very volatile situation. Anytime these two men get together, this was a rivalry that started back in the days.
Stock Music R Us. Is that a store? Can I download my shitty stock music from Stock Music R Us? Flair versus Funk, I Quit, or Triple H versus Cactus Street Fight? Which do you think holds up better? Jesus. I love both matches. I haven't seen the Cactus Triple H match in years. And when we get to, we're going to see Flair and Funk. I really don't know which one holds up better. I'll have to watch them both and kind of make that determination. Dr. Death in control. Headbutt.
Gordy has certainly been around, and he knows his way around in that ring. He's been in many a tough battle against all kind of opponents.
The Stock Music Network for $9.99. Vince wouldn't pay $9.99 for that music. Come on. Greatest I Quit match. I mean, Flair Funk's up there. Obviously, I think Mankind and Rock is up there. I guess, even though it's technically not an I Quit match, I think Austin Brett, like a submission match, would be considered like in that same class. I thought Sexy Star and Mariposa and Lucha Underground had a hell of a I Quit match. Awesome match. Bret Hart versus Bob Backlund, Mania 11. No, that one didn't work. That one did not work. Oh, Lex Luger didn't have time to say hello to the troops. Fuck that guy. Do you think Sexy Star will get Chris Benoit treatment in Lucha Underground? Maybe. They're going to have to explain, because they had an angle going with her and the mysterious spider person that was stalking her, but they never, like, resolved it, so. Body slam by Dr. Death. Body slam.
He slammed him with as much velocity as I have ever seen in a ring. Tremendous amount of power behind that slam, and That's just how strong and powerful this man
The
is.
spider killed her at the end. Yep. Wasn't Brett versus Backlund from Survivor Series 94 called a throw in the towel match? It was something weird, like it was a throw in the towel submission match or something like that.
Gordy rolls back in the ring, get him as far away from us as you can. The battle of the bulls rages on.
Yeah, Brett versus Backlund at Mania 11. That was terrible. Up, Dr. Death, Dr. Clothesline, flying crossbody by Dr. Death. 1, 2, no. There you go. Drop kick by Dr. Death. Piper screaming, "Do you quit? What do you say?" It's like, Piper, shut up. Stop it. What's your next Star Wars book review going to be? It's going to be next week. I'm posting it next week. It's going to be, I won't say what it is exactly, but it's going to have something to do to build anticipation for the Solo movie. So maybe the I Quit match should be changed to the match. Yeah. Oh, they're fighting outside now. We going to get a double count out? Yeah, they're just too busy fighting each other. Double count out.
Both wrestlers out of the ring. It is a double count-out.
Williams came flying back, Jim, but he was too late to get into the ring. The referee
Oops.
already counted them both out.
Well, we haven't seen the last of this one.
Bullshit. 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 Okay, that was a good match too. Good solid stuff. Yeah, I think we got the palate, Midnight Express, nice palate cleanser. Dr. Death and Terry Gordy have a nice brawl of a match. Nice palate cleanser. It's almost like I forgot the Ding Dongs and the Terrorist and friggin' Dynamic Dudes even happened. The show saved itself.
The following contest, it is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the ring, from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 275 pounds, Mike Justice.
Brother of Sid Justice. Uh-oh. Oh, is this Norman the Lunatic? Yes! It's Norman the Lunatic! Okay, this is a shit gimmick that I loved. This character had way more potential. For those of you who don't know, Norman the Lunatic was played by Bastion Booger, Mike Shaw. And the Lunatic gimmick he was playing had a lot of potential, I thought. As like a precursor to like Mankind or something like that. And he acts like he's lobotomized and everything. It's like this. Theodore Long is the manager. He's got the key. What is that? It makes you wonder. It's like, is that where Lucha Underground got the idea for Matanza and Dario Cueto with the key?
Big and ugly and bad. He and Teddy have something in common. I don't think either one of them have any front teeth. Maybe that's how they communicate.
Well, Theodore Long is sitting all along, said Norman didn't do it.
Norman the Lunatic.
No teeth at all. God, what a wild-looking individual.
I know Teddy Long has told me that the key to Norman.
Does Teddy Long have dreads?
Norman doesn't want to be put back in the
That's weird.
And Mike Justice is the unfortunate man.
Oh, clothesline.
To have to meet Norman, and I'll say it, he can't hear me, the Lunatic. Then he said, don't call him that.
Well, this is his debut. The first time they would get a look at this wild man here on World Championship Wrestling.
Oh God, the Cena Rusev I Quit match was the worst thing ever. I hated that match so much. Here we go, Avalanche. Avalanche. 1, 2. See, that was a good squash match. That was good. Get it over with quick. Get him over as a monster. Yeah, there was also a part of this where Norman would The Swagger Del Rio one was bad too. I don't remember that one. Does Norman stay in the Ambrose Asylum? I don't think so. What happened to this guy Norman? He went on to become Bastion Booger in the WWE. And he had a lengthy career prior to that, but he never really reached any kind of huge levels of fame. And he passed away in 2005, I think. Yeah, I thought the Norman gimmick had potential. I think there was potential there for a strong character. Bits and pieces of it got over. They just didn't run with it. I remember the teddy bears. Like, some fans would, like, give him teddy bears, and he would, like, rip the heads off the teddy bears and stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome.
You almost got to be crazy to even get into the ring with a man like this, Jim. There's no telling what a guy like that's liable to do. As you say,
He doesn't want to be put on the stretcher. Don't.
clearly in the ring, there's no telling what he might do. Look here, here's 4 and white. He was going down to take him out.
Why did they drop the gimmick? Did he get fired from WCW? I have no idea. He did eventually leave WCW, but I think he was like, he became like a few other things like Trucker Norm and various other gimmicks. But
But first, see this on the Triple Champ King of the Hill Battle Royal.
they had to strap him down to the table.
Will be featuring the Triple Crown 2-ring King of the Hill Battle Royal, the most exciting Battle Royal in the history.
Trucker Norm, that was another gimmick that Mike Shaw had. This Triple Crown King of the Hill Battle Royal looks and sounds stupid. Like, it just sounds stupid.
These 2 men will face each other for $25,000 plus the right to compete in the King of the Hill Finals in Baltimore. Don't miss the 2-ring Triple Crown Battle Royal when the Great American Bash comes to an arena near you.
Hi, I'm Private Walter Silverstein, 3rd of the 504th Parachute Infantry Regiment. I'd like to say something to Ric Flair, 6-time NWA World Champion. I think you're the best.
I hate how WWE refuses to turn Rusev face despite how over he is. Yeah, hey, it's... Did you like the show King of the Hill? I did. I liked it. It was a solid show. I didn't like it as much as like The Simpsons or South Park, but I enjoyed it.
There's gonna be some new rules and regulations made around here. That's right. All you people with the shaved heads better pay.
Oh yeah, if Norman the Lunatic had come to WWF, they would have put him with Undertaker, no doubt.
We're not following no rules that we don't want to follow. We're gonna break whatever rules we want to break. And I'm gonna tell you now, I don't think there's a tag team in the country that can touch Jimmy Garvin, Michael Hayes, or Terry Gordy. I'm gonna say it again. I don't think there's a man walking the stinking face of the earth that can take Jimmy Garvin, Michael Hayes, or Terry Gordy. Well, there's no doubt about that, Jim Ross. You know, we've been high aboard Freebird Mountain. We've been high
Freebird Mountain, is that anywhere? Is that next to Space Mountain? Okay, this is weird. Like, the WCW graphic keeps popping up on the screen and nothing, there's no text on it, so I don't know why it keeps doing that. Yeah, well, Taker looked good at Mania 34, but keep in mind that match was only 2.5 minutes. So I don't know, like, are they going to keep the match that short once again? Or are they going to, like, have Undertaker work like a 10, 15-minute match? And how is he going to look in that situation? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, what are we... Freebird Mountain is just a couple miles away from the Lake of Reincarnation. Why are we watching this weird, like, workout package for flying Brian Pillman? What's up with this music? Is this more stock music? Because it sounds terrible. When does Stunning Steve Austin come to WCW? I want to say 91, 92.
Wrestling fans, the following contest, it is an Australian-style tag team match.
Australian-style tag team match? What the fuck does that mean? Again, it did it again. The WCW graphic pops up, and I'm waiting to see, like, the names, and no names are popping up, so I don't know what's going on here. This sounds like music I'd hear in a cave level of a video game. Here we go. There's Missy Hyatt. And there they are, Rick and Scott, making their debut as a tag team here on Clash of Champions. And what is up with the graphics? Like, is that like a production issue that was on the original broadcast, or is that something that the network did to fuck it up? Steiner line! Did you know the Game Boy turned 29 years old the other day? Jesus, I'm old. I remember having a Game Boy. The Steiner brothers. There's my boy Scott. Go kick your ass.
I want to mention also that the wrestling Steiners are no relation to Lieutenant General Steiner. They're on the...
Ho!
they're barking. They love this kid. Rick Steiner, boy, what a superstar he has become. And I really feel like with his brother who'll be starting out against Kevin Sullivan has unlimited potential here in the National Wrestling Alliance.
Big Papa Pump is your hookup. Oh, nice. Sullivan, pillar to post. Oh, close. I know it's a Steiner line. Mike Rotunda, nah, kick his ass. Rick's not having any of that shit. I can't pin him. The referee, yeah, you're not legal, Rick. The referee actually kept track of who was legal. I'm surprised. I've heard that Sting and the Steiners were travel partners on the road. Imagine that road trip. Yeah, that would have been fun. Of course, Sting has the face paint on the whole time, right? Scott goes down. Leapfrog. Power slam. Scott Steiner. And it's a Frankensteiner, not a Hurricane Rana, right? It's the right name.
And I know Rick Steiner's looking forward to the Big Red American Bash kickoff. He's in a big showdown event. Motor Gary Chester has signed for 1 week from tomorrow night, Capital Center, Landover, Maryland. And fans up in Connecticut. We know a lot of fans watch our broadcast from Connecticut.
Oh, down he goes. Rick Steiner with a hip toss on Mike Rotunda. Clothesline. I'm sorry, Steiner line. Oh, God, another one. The Varsity Club just can't get on track. What did you think of Scott joining the NWO? It was awesome. He was a perfect fit. I love the, the big bad booty daddy, big Papa Pump, character change. Since today is Earth Day, should we also watch Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster when we're done with the show? I don't have time for that, unfortunately. I wish I had known it was Earth Day. I probably would have done something like that. Bo Dallas Sr., yep, Bo Dallas Sr. Big suplex there. Another Steiner line. Woo, woo, woo. The bad thing of Steiner joining the NWO was the feud with Rick. Yeah, that feud never really clicked, but the move of moving Scott to the NWO was good. Charlie Bronson? God. Yeah, oh, if you ever see Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster, man, it's totally, you'll never forget it. It's one of those movies. It's a weird one. There's the tag. Scotty in.
Great new facility in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Coliseum. We're going to be there on the 4th Saturday night.
Flying crossbody by Scott. Suplex? Nope.
Well, they taught him all of that tenacity, and he certainly has got that.
Double T. Oh, they just threw Scott outside the ring. Behind the referee's back. What about Dusty Rhodes joining the NWO? That was dumb. That was dumb. It's like Dusty didn't fit at all. That year alone, 2 huge tag team breakups, the Steiners and the Outsiders, and both feuds were terrible. I agree. And the Outsiders should have never broke up. That was because I kind of talked about that in the why Hollywood versus Wolfpack didn't work the way it should have. It's like, dude, Hall and Nash should have never been split. That was stupid. The Steiners are in trouble. I just said that, Jim Ross. Come on. Get on my level. Did you see Halloween Havoc 98 live? I did not. Did not see it live. So I wasn't one of the ones that got screwed out of the pay-per-view feed cutting out. And it sucks so much because that main event was so good. It's like, oh my God, WCW, it was just that, like, they just keep getting in their own way. Oh God, his back is all bruised up. That looks nasty. Nice. Double underhook suplex by Mike Rotunda. 1, 2, no. Where did it get cut out? I believe, if I got this correctly, I believe the feed cut out before the finish of Hogan versus Warrior. Yeah, Hogan Warrior 2 needed all that time. Yes, totally did. That might be my favorite so bad it's good match ever. Hogan Warrior 2. Oh, ref missed the tag. Scott's still in trouble. God damn, Sullivan. Fuck that guy. Missed the drop kick. Come on, Scott. Get the tag. Get the tag. He got it. There's Rick. Oh, he gets Sullivan. He gets Rotunda. Sullivan gets knocked outside the ring. Now the Steiners. Double team on Rotunda. Double Steiner line. Drop kick by Rick. Body slam. Scott, oh, got the knees up. Referee's lost all control of this one. Suplex on the chair. Oh, no. But Scott's not the legal man. But Scott wasn't the legal man. Steiner's got screwed in 3 different ways. How would you have handled bringing in Bret Hart to WCW? Not the way they did. I would have immediately, using Bret to kind of be an enforcer and make sure things were on the up and up at Starrcade wasn't a bad idea. They just executed it horribly. But the goal would have been, it's like, okay, we're bringing in Bret. We're doing Hogan versus Bret. That's the big match that we're building to. And I would have had that planned for some time in '98 and done everything to kind of build up to that. What did you think of the Un-Americans? They were okay. So basic evil foreigner stable. What went wrong? Bret Hart and WCW. Everything. This is very dull footage. We're seeing the soldiers eating in a cafeteria. It's like, okay.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, live on Superstation TBS. This is Fort Bragg, North Carolina, the home of the 82nd Airborne Division. And in the finals of the World Tag Team Title Tournament, it will be the Midnight Express and the Freebirds later tonight. Let me just say one thing about what happened with the Samoa SWAT team. The Midnight Express have never asked for any help from anybody, but we're smart enough to take a little when it comes along and capitalize on it.
How would you do both build-up and bell-to-bell Sting versus Goldberg? Just keep both guys unbeatable. Because Crow Sting was viewed as unbeatable, so just keep him, super strong. Goldberg, keep doing what you're doing, and then work the match appropriately to accentuate kind of the superhero powers of both guys. Bret having those clauses that he couldn't have him come in until mid-December and couldn't wrestle until mid-January didn't help things. Not necessarily. I think, if that's the situation that you're dealt, I'd be like, okay, then just build up to his first match. Make that it's in a month we're getting Bret Hart in the ring and just build up to that and kind of whet people's appetites for it.
First one is going to the Midnight Express. We're going to be the World Tag Team Champions, and I'm going to be right here to make sure the third Freebird doesn't interfere in that match. Thank you very much, Jim Cornette's comments, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, before we have more wrestling action, let's hear from the governor of the great state of North Carolina. Here's Governor Jim Martin.
Hello, I'm Jim Martin.
Governor Jim Martin.
North Carolina. Today is Flag Day, as well as the 214th birthday of the United States Army. As Americans, we're all proud of the young men and women who sacrificed to serve our country. And we in North Carolina are particularly proud and honored that Fort Bragg, one of this nation's outstanding military installations, is located here in our great state. All of us are grateful for the job our young people are doing all around the world, especially at this time in our history. A special thanks to Superstation TBS for tonight's live telecast. We're happy you chose Fort Bragg in North Carolina to mark today's celebration.
North Carolina. All right, we're getting the stinger. I can tell because that's the same shitty. Oh, Sting's coming out with a bunch of face-painted kids. Isn't that cute? Stinger, the world television champion. While Bill Irwin just keeps flipping a belt at him. That's dangerous. There we go. Sting's back in the ring. Bulldog. God, Sting is so over. It's ridiculous. Drop kick by Sting. Got him in the corner. Yeah, WWE's like the theme song they gave Sting at WrestleMania was so bad. It's like it's one of those things. It's like, dude, are you trying to sabotage him? Like, that music's terrible. Just use the Crow theme. We all love the Crow theme. Just use that. How would you build a Surfer Sting versus late 90s HBK feud? I would have booked Shawn like an asshole, dickhead, coward, and have Sting like try to get his hands on him, and Shawn keeps getting away. And then when he finally gets his hands on him in the match, the crowd will pop like nobody's business. That type of stuff. Basic stuff. That's one of those things. I think WWE just wanted to put their own stamp on it. Like, oh, he can't be like what he was in WCW. We've got to make our own version of him. But your version sucked, so. Oh, Sting made a comeback. Oh. Like Flair's WWE theme from 91 to 93. That was at least, it was the same music. They just kind of did their own version of it, but at least it sounded like the way it was supposed to sound. One of the first matches I did in 2K15 was Crow Sting versus Undertaker. I had Sting win. That's sacrilege, sir. Oh, shot to the gut on Sting. Here we go. Stinger splat. No, he missed. Oh, but Sting. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Sting just got driven through the mat. Wait, oh, Stinger splash to the back. Roll up. 1, 2, 3. That was a cool finish. Oopsie daisies. The heel's hubris led to his downfall. Do you think Surfer Sting would have fit in with the early 2000s Hardys? Maybe. Scott Hall. It's weird seeing Scott Hall with long blonde hair. He's got like a mullet thing going. One thing I hate about WWE games is they have the Evolution's entrance, but they don't have the music to go along with it. What's the point? Yeah, it's like the music was most of the entrance. Does it bother you when people say they don't watch other wrestling shows besides WWE because they don't know who anyone is? I never understood, I mean, that's their prerogative. They only want to watch WWE. That's fine, but I don't understand that if you love the art form. Like, I was just fascinated with watching more wrestling like this. Diamond Stud Razor Ramon, is that you? Yep. The Nature Boy. We're supposed to like him now because the last clash he was a heel.
Yesterday, our colleague Jim Ross was in Charlotte at the home of the world champion to talk with him. Let's hear that now.
Hello again, everyone. Jim Ross with you here from Charlotte, North Carolina. And we have traveled to this beautiful city to speak with the world's...
It's a nice house Flair has there.
Nature Boy Ric Flair. Standing out in front of the Nature Boy's home at this point in time. And indeed, it is a very, very beautiful facility. All the comforts of home and more, no doubt. And the champion knows how to style and profile, as his home certainly evidences. You know, fans, a lot of questions have arisen regarding the status of the world's heavyweight champion. Will Ric Flair wrestle again? And if so, when? We're going to ask.
When did Ric Flair start doing Flair for the Gold? I think when he went back in '93, correct? That's when he started doing that.
At Wrestle War '89. So I know he's home. I spoke with him just earlier. We're going to talk to the champion now and find out the questions I know you want answered. Hey, Rick. How you feeling? Fine. Good. Getting better. Good. Glad you
got a neck brace on.
Thank you very much for coming. Beautiful place. Overwhelmed every time
Makes it harder to go down on the ladies.
Okay. Okay.
Is it sad that Ric Flair actually does look like Mr. Burns now? Yeah, he does look like Mr. Burns. I mean, it's not sad. I mean, he's getting older, but as long as they don't push him like he's the Flair of his prime.
I go to the hospital twice a day for therapy, traction. I go to the doctor's office to see Gillis Monash every day for more therapy. And I come home and I talk to my lawyers, I talk to my accountants, and I try to figure out if...
Yeah, during his he can't wrestle, but he can appear on television clause after he came back in '93.
I'm not worried about money. This sport's been good to me. I've got all the money I could spend in 2 times. But...
and you have spent that money.
When you look at the possibility of not being able to compete in wrestling, when you look at the possibility of not being able to compete in wrestling again. Another major question that we have to address is how do you feel physically?
Did you see the table for 3 with Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and Tully Blanchard? I have not. That seems like another good one. There's a lot of table for 3s I think I need to check out.
My neck as a result of the crack in the vertebrae. I feel pretty good, if that's possible. This is the worst injury I've ever had. This is probably harder on me, and has been harder on me than the airplane crash when I broke my back. Because I knew day one after the airplane crash that I would make it back. The doctor said that I would be able to at some point in time wrestle again. Now it's a question mark. So I feel good, but it's real hard not knowing what the future holds for me with the sport of professional wrestling. Well, it's great to hear that you're feeling better. I think, knowing you as I do, I have to ask the question, how do you feel mentally? Well, you go through life, I don't care what you do for a living, you incur ups and downs, but mentally, this has been the hardest part for me. I've always been active.
Remember when Flair retired so he couldn't wrestle, but he could fight? Yeah, I remember that. That was getting silly.
8 years now. 300 plus days a year. It's hard sitting on the sidelines. I'm the kind of guy that wants to be taped up in the game all the time. It's even more difficult to sit here on Saturdays and watch the wrestling programs and see what's happening right now in the NWA and not being able to do anything about it.
Another question. I think the fans are all aware that the world's heavyweight champion must defend the title every 30 days. That's a stipulation that's been honored since the inception of the NWA. Quite obviously, you've been physically unable to do that, and we've just gone past that 30-day situation, but the 5th week now. I think it was a good sound move, the NWA, to waive that situation right now, seeing as though their judge that did the injury.
Yeah.
Have you and the board set a timetable?
Why does JR tell lies?
Sort of decision as to your future and the future of the championship?
Well,
what kind of laptop do you use? A good one. I like my laptop.
I had 30 days to defend the title, and they gave me an additional 30 days. My agent and accountant, Tom Beck, and my attorney, Dennis Guthrie, have met with Jim Hurd and the board.
Jim Hurd, my least favorite person ever.
Occasions now trying to work out something that we all can live with. Of course, the bottom line being, though, if I am not able to compete or will not compete, they will take the title from me. And I guess that's one of the reasons.
Lesnar defends the Universal Belt on different planets and other galaxies at least once every 30 days. Probably.
These next 2 weeks, putting this back together and trying to get back into wrestling. I won't come back 75%. I wouldn't give anybody in this sport the satisfaction enough of beating me for the championship if I wasn't 100%. So if I'm not 100%, then I will have to sit in the sidelines, and they will take the title from me. It's the most coveted trophy in sports. It deserves to be on a man that's in the ring. It deserves to.
Would you rather get drunk with Ric Flair or smoke with Willie Nelson? Oh God. Well, I've never smoked weed before, so I guess I'd rather get drunk with Ric Flair because that would be more of my wheelhouse.
2 hours away from the Clash of Champions that is airing in. If Terry Funk were watching this right now on a monitor, what would you say to him?
Fuck you. That's what I'd say.
I think if Funk could see my eyes right now, I wouldn't have to say anything. You know what I mean by that, Jim? You can tell by looking at a man's eyes what's on his mind real fast. I think the wrestling fans know, and I know Funk knows, that if my neck could carry my heart, he wouldn't make it out of Fort Bragg tomorrow night because I'd be there. But I won't give Funk, as I said earlier, the satisfaction until I'm 100%. And Terry Funk, if you are watching this, don't sleep well at night, because Ric Flair, 30 days from now or a year from now, will be at your door.
Well, fans, we are all anxiously awaiting the July 1st announcement. We'll have that right here on Superstation TBS, hopefully, the press conference. It'd be great if we could carry it live, but we'll be working on that and keep you updated on that situation. I want to thank you for your time, Jim. Thank you. Great. It's a pleasure. It's great seeing you again. I always enjoy coming to your home. Thanks for inviting us in. Fans, we'll have more of the Clash of Champions right after this time out.
Most of the towns during the Great American Bash will be featuring the Triple Crown 2-ring King of the Hill Battle.
That Battle Royal sounds dumber every time they explain it to me. Anyway, how do you feel about these people who act like because WWE is making money that they're also making money too? What do you mean? I'm not sure I understand the question. Act like because WWE is making money that they're also making money too. I'm not sure I follow the question.
Hi, I'm Francis Kibble from 504 Parachute Infantry Regiment. Got a message for that world champion Ric Flair. Come on back, bud. We need you. We're gonna get Terry Funk for you. Hold up.
Guts and glory. Some people act like they make money and are successful because WWE is too. What? Who? What people? Like people within the company or like fans? Some people like talking and thinking that they are in the business too and only care about WWE's money. Oh, well, that's a very misguided way to think. Like, WWE's money isn't your money, so just because they're successful doesn't make you successful. Fabulous Freebirds versus Midnight Express in the finals of the tag team tournament. Oh, dangerously. He just jumped Jim Cornette right before. Oh, dickhead. How do you know that? Oh, God. Oh, he did have a loaded racket. Fuck the dynamic dudes. I thought I wouldn't have to see them again for the rest of the show. It's a shame the Midnight Express never came to the WWF. They could have torn the house down with the Rockers. Yes, that would. Oh, man. You think of the great tag teams that didn't go to the WWF at that point in time? It's like the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express. Oh, God, Cornette's out. Road Warriors and the Steiners got there eventually, but it took a while. Unfortunately, like the Steiners and the Road Warriors, especially the Steiners, they got there at a time where they got there and like all the great teams they could have worked with weren't there anymore. So.
He's going feet first, and you got to think now that the Midnight Express are going to be at a great disadvantage with Cornette not in their corner.
Cornette devises their strategy. He watches all the videotape. Cornette, one of the great observers of wrestling, I can tell you that.
To me, the worst type of fan is that fan that always says, stop complaining, enjoy it, and watch it. It's like, yeah, that's – you wouldn't say that for any other form of entertainment. Like, no one says that. Just shut up and enjoy it. Fuck you. I don't have to enjoy shit. I mean, if I go see Infinity Wars next week and it sucks, I'm going to say it sucks. I'm not going to, like, make excuses for it.
It should be a classic matchup when you got competitors in there that are like these and they can all throw wrestle and get it on. That's what's going to happen right now.
Ever since Coach came back, he's been a total corporate kiss ass on Twitter. I'm sure. I'm sure he has been.
And don't forget to call our wrestling hotline. That's 900-909-9900.
99. It's a lot of nines in that number. Insaguri. Oh, nice thrust kick.
Double team now by the Midnight Express and Jim. Let's remind all the wrestling fans again. Days away, 1 week from tomorrow.
Lateral press, Bob. Down to 2.
One of Coach's, are you seeing Infinity Wars opening weekend? I don't think I am, actually, because I want to watch, next weekend I think I'm going to go see A Quiet Place, because I really want to see that. I think I might hold off on Infinity Wars. One of Coach's best tweets, don't be a sheep and just enjoy us for what we are. What does that – that's contradictory. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like, don't be a sheep. Okay, I won't. I'm going to tell you you suck. And just enjoy us for what we are. Fuck you. Midnight Express versus Hard Foundation. That would have been great. DIY versus Midnight Express. Also, that'd be a great one. Slam. Brainbusters versus Young Bucks. That'd be an interesting one. Freebirds are dominating.
Superstation, 8:05 Eastern Time. 2 great hours this Saturday night for World Championship Wrestling. I hope Jim Cornette gets better before Friday night, July 23rd, when we debut the NWA Power Hour on Superstation TBS. That's Friday night, June 23rd at 10:20 Eastern Time.
Oh! Just crashed into the guardrail. Did you like the Freebird rule? Yes and no. Like the logical side of me, it's like, to me, it's like, all right, who were in the tag title matches? Okay, who won the tag titles? These two guys? Then they should be the tag team champions. Like, where's the confusion? But the Freebird rule also allowed like a little bit of creativity as far as, you know, giving a little bit more heel heat to the heels. Is like you don't know which two you're gonna face, so it had its benefits, even if it didn't make a lot of sense. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Rocky 3 when Mickey got sick and got taken down and was actually dying, and Rocky was all screwed up and just didn't look good in the match against Clubber Lang. That's kind of what's going on here. It's like the Midnight Express, they're just off their game because Jim Cornette got attacked right before the match. I hate when they Freebird rule singles titles. Yeah, I do too. That makes even less sense. Like China and Chris Jericho being the co-intercontinental champion. How the fuck does that work?
In Harrisonburg, Virginia, this Sunday night in the historic Kiel Auditorium in St. Louis and in Charleston, West Virginia.
Come on, Midnight Express.
Military personnel, Chiro and Bobby, they are solidly behind the Midnight Express.
They're going wild. They're saying he can dig down and get it, and that's what he did right there.
There we go. Go on, Stan Lane. Oh, crash and burn in the corner. Shot to the knee. Okay, now we've got Michael P.S. Hayes in there. Good old Doc Hendricks himself. DDT! Meeting of the minds. Drop kick. The Midnight Express, they're back in control. Double back body drop. Oh, nice shot on Hayes. He's out of there. Get Gordy out of there. Yeah. Referee, you got to get control here. Face planter. One. No. There's Gordy. While the referee's trying to get control of this. Powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. The Fabulous Freebirds are now the World Tag Team Champions. What did you think of the Freebirds Hall of Fame speech? I remember it being good. I don't remember disliking it. Okay.
Major Hanley. We are the 407 S&T Battalion, 82nd Airborne Division. We would like to say,
okay, we've got one match to go, guys. I believe it's Steamboat versus Funk. Will be the last match of this Clash of the Champions.
The following contest is a top 10 ranking bout. It is set for one fall with TV time remaining. Introducing first in the ring. Hailing from the Double Cross Ranch in Canyon, Texas, weighing 241 pounds, the number 10 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Terry Funk. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, soon to be making his way toward the ring from Hawaii, weighing 237 pounds.
Yeah, I know, right? They're using matches to determine who gets ranked? What? Wins and losses? What insanity is this? See, this is why Vince McMahon won, because god damn it, you can't be using this type of logic. People don't want that. They just want to be entertained. They don't want the matches to make any goddamn sense.
Tonight, right after we go off the air, 900, 909, 9900. And of course,
909, 9900. It's a new hit song, sung by Jim Ross.
You saw the family right there. As Ricky the Dragon Steamboat threw a kiss out to his wife outside the ring. That family unit means so much to this young man.
Bonnie Steamboat and little Ricky really support the Dragon's efforts, representing not only the Steamboat family, but all the family units that support World Championship Wrestling. Man, what a program we have had, fans. Thanks for being with us so much here on the Superstation. And join us again Saturday night at 8:05 Eastern Time for 2 big hours of World Championship Wrestling.
Let me remind you again, on June 23rd, Jim Ross and Jim Cornette will premiere NWA Power Hour on the Superstation.
Bobby, or Nick Patrick trying to get between, and he's finally successfully done so. Funk and Steamboat. Nature Boy Ric Flair has said he will make an announcement right here on the Superstation on Saturday.
Ooh.
July the 1st about his future. That's the date the NWA has set for him. Listen to those chops.
Unbelievable power behind the chops. Look at Steamboat.
Steamboat retaliates. Put chops in.
But Nakamura lost and got a rematch as well, but that's apparently okay. Yes, automatic rematch clause. You're supposed to automatically get rematches after you lose. That's how that works. Every other sport in the world works like that.
And God willing, he'll be back at 100%. He'll make that announcement on July 1st.
Oh, a lot of slaps and chops. Come on, Ricky. So Super Bowl 53 will be Eagles-Patriots again. Of course, naturally. Patriots need their rematch. No, they're going to open up the season. It'll be Eagles versus Patriots. And the Patriots with the Super Bowl trophy on the line. Because the Patriots deserve an automatic rematch. Oh, another shoulder tackle by Funk. Come on, Ricky. Chop by Ricky. Drop kick by Ricky. There we go. Boom. And Funk goes like cartwheeling out of the ring. Yes, the Patriots will win that game because they got to get their win back. It's got to balance out 50-50.
He puts you out with the pile driver.
Well, Ric Flair can certainly attest to that as he pile drive on into that table by Funk.
Funk was stinging right jabs. He's a southpaw, remember that. And a big left hand. From the south side, he nailed the dragon.
I love southpaws. I'm left-handed myself, so.
Let's see what Funk will do now. Will he go out after him?
He's at his most dangerous best. When he's on the outside of the ring, he's drawing tackles.
What made football your favorite sport? Just growing up in it, my family were always huge fans of it, and I just loved the game. Just attracted me more than a lot of the other sports did. Like, I liked the methodical pace of it. I liked the strategy of it. I loved how all these different positions had filled a different role. I loved the teamwork aspect of it. It was just everything about it was just fantastic to me. All right, Funk mounting Ricky and taking some shots.
Almost like a life and death situation in the ring for both of these men. That's how bad they want it.
I want to congratulate our production crew from Superstation TBS on an outstanding job in this broadcast. Great camera shot, second you right in the ring.
Swinging net breaker like a rude awakening on him. Ooh!
He just came down on him, jammed the neck on his own shoulder.
Ooh! That looked nasty. Chop by Steamboat. Oh, and Funk just beating the crap out of Ricky. Come on, Steamboat.
It would have been great to have Lex Luger out here with us, Bob. Provide some color commentary. We know from our last week's program on the Superstation, he's not pleased at all with the ratings. But I'm sure he would have enjoyed it.
Oh, another chop.
I think Luger thinks that he should be ranked number one. That he should be above Steamboat in the ring.
Well, that's up for debate, no doubt about it. Steamboat chopping viciously, Funk in the ring.
Irish whip into the corner. Oh, and Funk flips over, Flair style. Up he goes, down he went.
From West Texas, double cross Ransom Canyon, where he hangs his hat.
Oh, Steamboat up top, jumping outside the ring. No. What in the world?
Steamboat may come off the top at any time.
Funk's a long way off, almost down to the other corner, Jim.
Steamboat can't reach you from there.
I don't think so either.
There we go, flying with a chop. That took a long time to set up for some reason. Walking around the ringside area with him. Where is he going to drop him? Oh! Slammed him. What went wrong? 2009 DX. What went wrong is they made him obnoxious twats. Are you a fan of Seinfeld? Yes, love Seinfeld. Great show. Very funny. Still funny today. Like, it holds up very well.
Don't count him out, Jim. You never know what he's going to do.
Jeez, he just slammed Funk outside the ring and just, man, bad landing for Funk.
Resilient as can be. But Steamboat has got to capitalize. Put him away now, Dragon.
Oh, boot to the face. Funk. Is he going to get back in this?
Caught Steamboat with the left foot right in the face, and Steamboat has got to be seeing stars.
Funk is at his most dangerous when he's wounded, and that's the situation he's in right now. We've seen him in a number of bouts.
Up now. Back on that deck, you can hear it. Another one. Steamboat for the ride.
What football position would you want to play if you could? Probably someone on defense, because that would be the most fun. You either get to sack the quarterback or... Oh, pile driver by Funk. Steamboat is down. Steamboat kicked out. But, yeah, something on defense, like a linebacker or defensive end, something like that. And if you get to be, like, a strong safety or a cornerback, you get to, you know, possibly, like, intercept the ball and make wide receivers look like garbage, which is hilarious. Referee goes down. Steamboat goes up and over outside the ring. Do you think WWE should be going to Saudi Arabia, a nation that is repressive and uses the military to shut down protests by its people and oppresses women? I mean, personally, I wouldn't want to do business over there. But hey, if Vince can guarantee the safety of everybody and can make some money off it. Oh, pile driver outside the ring. Ricky gets pile driven on the floor. You wouldn't want to be a receiver like Odell? No, I wouldn't. Yeah, personally, like the whole Saudi Arabia thing, I wouldn't want to do business with them, but, you know, I'm not the one that runs the company, so I don't know how much they're paying Vince either, so. Yeah, that's why there's no women's matches on the show. Saudi Arabia won't allow it. Suplex inside the ring. Come on, ref, get over there. Steamboat's out. 1, 2. No, Steamboat kicked out. Ethically, they should not be giving money to a nation like that. Bliss and Sasha actually had the first win. Oh, Funk went for a top rope splash, but Steamboat got the knees up. Ricky's back in it. Shot to the gut by Steamboat. Bliss and Sasha actually had the first women's match in the Middle East a few months ago. They weren't allowed to show any skin, and it was the only women's match on the card. Hey, baby steps forward, right? Now, when you say they weren't allowed to show any skin, what is that, like no midriff? They weren't allowed to show their navels and shit, or did they have to like wear burqas to the ring?
Yeah, when you talk about that, I think they both now are feeling the effects of this. It's been a tremendous match, and they both taken a lot of blows. They got to have a lot of telling effect of it.
Steamboat running above us here. Climbing to the top. There you see the dragon. Up on top he is.
Steamboat off top with a karate chop. Funk is wobbly. Is he going to go down? Kick to the back, and Steamboat knocks him out of the ring. United Arab, UAE and Dubai are different than Saudi Arabia. They want more tourists. Basically fully dressed from the neck down. Okay. Oh! Microphone to the face. And that's a DQ. Yep. That was a hard shot. Steamboat wins, but here's Lex Luger with a steel chair. Which was the biggest misguided mistake? Messing up Undertaker-Kane feud as they were... Messing up the Undertaker-Kane feud as time went on, or the handling of the Wolfpack at Hollywood feud. Undertaker-Kane, they at least got the Mania match. They at least got the Inferno match. It got old over time, but... at least they got some good stuff out of it. Wolfpack and Hollywood, they never got on track.
Some problems with my arrogance, maybe. I got too cocky.
Do you like Guns N' Roses? Yes, I do. Very good band. Love their sound.
Too much ego, a lot of ego.
There's that WCW graphic that keeps popping up again.
Come on,
Oh, clothesline! Luger turns heel. What is Undertaker and Kane's best match aside from Mania 14? I'd say the Inferno match at Unforgiven. I thought that was a good match. Other than that, I don't think they ever had a good match. After that, it was just those two. The Inferno match on Raw in 99 was solid. I remember that one being good. But other than that, their matches were just not good. I don't know why. Maybe they just did it too many times. I don't know. Oh. Now Luger's attacking Ricky with a steel chair. Torture rack. By God, what's it doing? I did not know. I did not like the epic rematches from 2010. I did not. Did not like them at all. And here comes Sting to help Ricky. Ricky's just being like, no more people to help me, please. Good God. I can't take any more help. Do you like Avenged Sevenfold? I have no idea what that is. Is that a band? Is it a TV show? Is it a comic book? I have no idea what that is. This is terrible. This whole show is terrible. By God. Guts and glory.
All right, fans, it's certainly been one of the great nights in NWA, Bob. The atmosphere here with all the soldiers here at the 82nd Airborne, we certainly appreciate their hospitality. I said that this is set proudly in the offices of World Championship Wrestling.
It's a band. Okay, yeah, no,
Ted Turner. And as fans know, Superstation TBS, the host of the Goodwill Games, always has patriotism and our American way.
Yeah, Avenged Sevenfold. I've never heard that name before. That's interesting.
We saw new World Tag Team Champions.
Maybe I should check them out. What kind of band are they? They a rock band?
Contender now for the World Heavyweight Championship. Depending on what happens with the Steamboat and also.
What did you think was Undertaker's best Mania match prior to the Kane match? His match with Diesel. That was a good match. Good solid match. Good build up. Good feud. Good match.
Matches that we have seen in recent memory in any kind of tournament, and the Freebirds are the champions for the first time in the NWA. I don't think that Ricky Steamboat right now is concerned whether he is number one or not. I think when he gets his senses, he's going to be concerned at taking care of Lex Luger.
I think he's going to have a payback time, and I think it's going to be
okay.
Payback time to Luger. That's down.
Oh yeah, I have heard that song. Maybe I've had Bad Country. Yeah, I've heard that song before. Okay, maybe I have heard him.
Fans, it's almost time for a Coors Light, but we leave you. We want to show you exactly what happened with
heavy metal. Okay, I like heavy metal, so.
Thanks for being with us. We'll see you Saturday night at 8:05 Eastern.
Okay, so that will conclude. Are they just going to replay the ending? Why are they reshow? Why are they replaying the ending? We got it. We're good. I like Metallica. Yeah, Metallica's great. I wouldn't say they're my favorite band. I'm a huge AC/DC guy, but Metallica's great. I like their older stuff better. So we're just going to get the whole, like, ending angle replayed. Why doesn't Dean Ambrose use Dirty Deeds as his theme song? Because Vince doesn't want to pay for it. Unless you're Ronda Rousey, then you can get songs paid for.
There's been a lot of talk, but I have some problems lately. Some problems with my arrogance, maybe. Not too cocky.
What is your favorite Royal Rumble match?
Too much ego, a lot of ego.
Favorite Royal Rumble match? Off the top of my head, the ones I enjoyed the most, like 1990, 1991, 1992, 1994. 2001 is a great one. 2004 is a great one. And 2007 is a great one. That's the short list of like my favorite ones. My favorite one, I'm not sure. Right now, I'm leaning towards 94 because I love the stuff they did with Bret Hart, and I love the finish with Luger. So, do you follow politics? I know that's broad. I do follow politics. Unfortunately, I think today's current situation, our current political climate, is a shit show. But it's a fucking it's almost like a comedy of errors. Music and wrestling go together seamlessly. Is there anyone you'd personally like to see perform at a Big Four pay-per-view? Or have one of their songs be an official theme song for one of the Big Four? I'm not a big fan of musical performances unless it's used for a wrestler's entrance, because it's like, it just feels like it stops the show to a dead halt whenever they do it. If I had to, like, if there were a band, I would want to have like an official song for a pay-per-view. Again, I'm such an old school guy. I'd be thinking like Kiss or AC/DC or Led Zeppelin or something like that. Like any one of their songs used as a pay-per-view theme song, I'd be totally cool with it. Metallica, Queen, anything like that. Because today's bands a lot of today's music I just don't like. But that's just me. I would love to ask, who won the 2004 Royal Rumble? There was no Royal Rumble that year. Didn't you know that? Okay, so that concludes Clash of Champions 7, Guts and Glory. What did I think? Show was all right overall. The main event was very strong. The closing angle was very strong. Ended on a very high note. I think there were a few too many matches. The undercard has some stuff that worked, some stuff that didn't. The first half hour of the show is terrible. Like, really bad when you got the ding-dongs and the terrorist and the fucking dynamic dudes. It's like, oh God, this is some bad stuff. But how big do you think Magnum TA could have been if he was not in the car accident? I think he would have been bigger than he was. I think Magnum TA had a huge upside. There was no winner and Big Show eliminated himself. Yes, that's what happened in 2004. Whenever at WrestleMania they have a band performance, I just mute it and talk to my friends. That's the right way to do it. Or go to the bathroom. That's what I typically do. So, like I said, Clash of Champions 7, some good stuff on there. I thought the closer was very strong. A lot of dead weight, especially in the first half hour of the show. So maybe the show was a little too long, maybe a few too many matches, but mostly good stuff, so I'm not going to hate on it too much. Probably, when I do my review grades in the description, I'll probably wind up giving it a C overall. With a strong recommendation for the main event. So that would probably work best for me. So we're going to jump into Saturday night's main event, number 8. Right after I get back from a break, I'm going to eat something real quick, and then I'll be right back. So don't go away. Stay tuned, and we'll jump right into Saturday night's main event once I return. So I'll be right back. Welcome back. Hello, hello, hello. Can everybody hear me okay? Yes, we are back to our regularly scheduled programming. Now, before we go into Saturday night's main event, I have a quick question for you guys. I've been doing preparation for my kaiju movie reviews, which will be starting in July. And some of the movies that I'll be reviewing, two in particular, and I pretty much gave away which ones they were, appeared on the new season of Mystery Science Theater 3000, which debuted on Netflix. And I watched one of them on MST3K, and I really liked it. I really liked the new show. Is the rest of the show as good? For those of you who have seen the new Mystery Science Theater, because I got to be honest, I love the movie selection for the new season. When I saw Star Crash pop, I was like, oh my God, I remember seeing that when I was a kid. I actually own that movie on VHS. Did nobody see the new Mystery Science Theater? I guess not. I'm not getting any reaction. I like the first episode I saw, so I can't wait to watch the remaining 13. I think it'll be good. So, Saturday night's main event. We're going to be watching the 8th installment, the final installment of 1986. I have really enjoyed the 1986 Saturday night's main event so far. So this is the end of the year. And on this show, the biggest match from this show was the Randy Savage versus Jake Roberts Intercontinental title match. This match comes up a lot in discussions about Saturday night's main event and some of the best matches in the history of the show. This one was regularly featured on best of lists for best matches for Saturday night's main event. And Savage versus Jake, it's a rare instance of a heel versus heel match. Jake was at this point where the fans were just dying to cheer him. So it was only a matter of time before they turned him face. And this is one of the stepping stones towards getting Jake Roberts towards being a babyface. And let's pull up what it says on the network. Okay. Saturday night's main event, November 86. Hulk Hogan defends the WWE Championship against Hercules Hernandez. Randy Savage faces Jake Roberts and Rowdy Roddy Piper and much more. Interesting thing about the Hulk Hogan Hercules Hernandez match, that match, and I've mentioned this before when I did my top 10 Piper matches, that match was featured on Wrestling Superheroes, which was the first WWF VHS tape I ever owned. So that is the first Hulk Hogan match I ever owned on VHS. Was that match. And it was pretty much, if I recall correctly, was pretty much a prototypical Formula Hogan match. So it's for a first Hogan match in your collection, it's actually a pretty good one. Is Hercules Hernandez the father of LAX's Hernandez? I don't think so. I doubt it. Yeah, plenty of nostalgia here. So with that, let's just go ahead and get started. Let's close out 1986. Greatest Royal Rumble. Starts at 12 p.m. Seriously? Shit. I'm not staying up for that. Fuck it. I'll watch it the next day. Goddamn, because that show's going to be like 8 hours long. What is up with that hair, Jesse?
Swimming pools, movie stars, and Jesse the Body Ventura. It's Saturday night's main event, and the pleasure is all yours.
Squeeze harder when you squeeze the Macho Man, Randy Savage. We gotta squeeze the champion's air out of his body. We gotta squeeze the fight out of the man. It's the only way you're gonna squeeze the title off the champion. But we can do it. We got ways to do it. So Macho Man, try me if you feel like it, huh? Come on.
I could listen to Jake Roberts promos all day long. Oh, there's poor Liz. She's shining up the belt.
Heavyweight champion, Macho Man Randy Savage. Shut up and keep polishing.
He's such a dick.
Rub it up.
Shut up and keep polishing. Wait a minute. I think you're right. Yeah, 12 a.m. is... No, yeah, you're right. I had a brain fart there. I'm hungover, slightly. Toughest son of an unnamed goat.
The first thing you gotta do, put Grandmama to bed, make sure she's comfy, go make yourself a bologna sandwich.
Yeah, 12 p.m. means noon, so it starts at noon. Well, I'll be at work, so I won't be able to watch it.
Oh, no. It won't be a pretty sight, but I will be when it's big.
I'm Jimmy Hart.
I'm Brett the Hitman Hart.
And I'm Jim the Anvil Neidhart. We're the Hart Foundation, and tonight we face the Killer Bees in a tag team elimination bout.
You know the 3 best ways to kill a bee? Number 1, you can swat them. Number 2, you can spray them. Or number 3, you can give them a heart attack.
These pre-show promos are so great.
Someday I knew a superhuman like Hercules would come along. The body of a god, the power of all the thunder, lightning in the heavens. Hercules, I accept your challenge. Hercules, I'm ready for you. And what are you gonna do when the 24-inch pythons challenge you?
Who are the Killer Bees? B. Brian Blair and Jumping Jim Brunzell. They were a team that had potential, had some good matches here and there, but never quite clicked the way like the British Bulldogs did, or the Hearts did, or the Rockers, or anything like that. Brother, brother, brother. Okay, so because they front load these shows, either Hogan Hernandez is going to be first or Savage Jake is going to be first. Have you seen the latest NXT? I have. I watched it last night, actually. We've got War Machine in NXT now. That's great. I wish they had gotten the match with the Authors of Pain before that, but, you know. Yeah, what are they calling them now? The War Raiders? Kind of neat. Flip your wig. Nice line, Vince. That wig Jesse's wearing is kind of horrific. It's like Seinfeld. I don't like this thing.
All right, I'm anxiously waiting to talk to Jake the Snake Roberts. He has shocked the wrestling world tonight. He's going to be meeting the Intercontinental Champion of the World, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, along with his lovely manager.
Did you know that Sarah Logan is dating Ray Rowe of War Raiders? I did not. That lucky bastard.
Some people reach out and shake my hand, but very few people shake them the second time. You know what I'm talking about, Gene? Nobody wants to trust the snake. You know, people out there, I shook the world. They all made a noise whenever I challenged the Macho Man. But you see, what it is how do you know where I'm headed? How can you have any idea of where I'm headed when you don't know where I've been? Some people contend live. Sitting in their own stinking little hometown.
We get 2 Jake promos for the price of 1, which is nothing because I didn't pay. Well, I guess I'm paying $9.99 for this, but you know.
I'm gonna reach out there and take what I want. Just like Haley's Comet running through here, ain't nobody stopping me. So Macho Man, tomorrow morning when they're dry cleaning your hair, you think back. I'm the one your mother always warned you about.
I don't think the Macho Man has ever quite had a time of defense like this against Jake the Snake Roberts. Vince, back to you out of the arena. Good.
All right, we're starting with the Intercontinental title match.
Certainly above and beyond the call of duty. There's no question of that. Right now, and you
I mean, it's like when I hear like the best mic workers in the history of the business, Jake is, if he's not #1 on my list, he is very, very close. Jake Roberts should have read horror novels. He would have been great. Like if he, it's one of those unfortunate things. If Jake had stayed clean, he could have been like, he could have transitioned into horror movies. Easy. He would have been perfect. Miss Elizabeth looking lovely as always. Forget her. You don't want to listen to what she has to say. Oh, yeah.
Perhaps a case of nerves. Are you afraid of snakes?
Macho Man Randy Savage, it's totally impossible that I can be intimidated. In fact, after tonight's match, I'm going to make some boots and belts out of that creature.
I faced dragons, I faced animals, and oh yeah, I'm not bothered by a snake. A Jake skin belt. That's pretty good. Did Kurt and Sting waste their careers in TNA? I don't think they wasted their careers. They produced very good material and tried to build up a company that unfortunately fell to the wayside. But no, I thought they gave us some very good material. I wouldn't call that a waste at all. Jake should have read horror novels to small children. I'd pay to watch that. What horror novels would you like Jake Roberts to read to you? Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon. What are some other good ones? Like Dracula, Frankenstein. Ooh, nice cleavage shot on Liz there. That was nice. Dark-haired women, man. It's always about them dark-haired women. She looks like a Disney princess here. Like I mean, she was really lovely. Oh, and he's Jake Roberts brought the snake up to Liz. And I mean Damien when I say the snake. The book is very good. Silence of the Lambs. I think the book is very good. The movie might be better, but well, I mean they're both good in their own ways, but both are really good. Other horror novels. I'm trying to think of some good ones. The referee doesn't want to deal with it either. We're not starting the match until you put the snake in the bag. Yeah. I guess some stuff from Clive Barker, some stuff from God, what's his name? I'm having a brain fart. The guy who did Cthulhu. I hate myself right now. How am I slipping on the name? All right, match starts. Here we go. What did you think of the Undertaker Jake Roberts Mania match? It was very basic, solid for what it was. Did a lot to establish Undertaker. Him sitting up from 2 DDTs did a lot for him. So yeah, I like the match. Arm drag by Jake. Yeah. Lovecraft. That's who I was saying. Okay. Lovecraft. It's like it's gonna come to me eventually. For those of you who care about the horror novels that I'm recounting off the top of my head. Oh, they're both pulling hair. Both of them are being heels. Missed with the elbow, and Jake going for a DDT, but no. Jake with a shot to the gut. DDT, no. Savage pushes him into the corner. Oh. Oh, Savage puts the feet up. I'll say this is a much better start to this show than the Clash had with the dynamic dudes. 1, 2, no.
Macho Man, Randy Savage, a kick to the head. You stated earlier on, may not see much in the way of scientific maneuvers, and again it took out.
Did you hear about the Jake Roberts Harry Smith incident at WrestleCon? I heard about it. I don't know like what the details are. What exactly happened? If Jake versus Savage happened at Mania 8, could it have been for the title? No, because Flair was the champion at that point. So it would have been, my thought was it would have been Flair Hogan and Savage Jake as like a big ender to their feud. And then Undertaker versus Sid, but they didn't want to do Flair and Savage or Flair and Hogan, so things got switched around. Feels like Steamboat's IC title reign was in between two memorable long reigns. I guess you would say he was a transitional champion, in a way. Jake's in trouble. The fans are clearly cheering for Jake. Foot on the rope. No.
Well, I'll tell you, the snake's slippery in that ring. You got to tie up all his arms and legs to get a pin on him. The Macho Man continuing his assault on Jake the Snake. Here's a cover again. This time only count of one.
Can't keep Jake down. Can't keep a good snake down. Oh. Jake's coming back with some shots. Elbow. Savage, now he's got, Savage has Jake tied up in the ropes. Andre style. Now what's Savage doing? Oh, he's got Damien. He puts Damien under the ring. Very smart, very smart. Every champ is a transitional champ when Roman's not holding the belt. Apparently, Jake Roberts said some shit about Davey Boy Smith Sr., and Harry was demanding an apology from Jake while Jake was with his daughter. Harry threw hot coffee in Roberts' face and is now wanted. Oops. What is the ugliest WrestleMania arena? Trump Plaza. That place was hideous. Now Jake's going under the ring looking for Damien. He's got him. Yeah, Hornswoggle's there. He was taking care of Damien under the ring. Oh, Roberts with a short clothesline. Got it. Savage with his foot on the rope.
Jake thought he had the match. Thought he was champion. Just a moment ago, it was that close. I'll tell you, half a second. Look at the look on the kisser of Jake the Snake. Is he determined? And now, Jesse, I've got to say, it appears to me that the fans are just, here comes the,
no, vertical suplex by Jake. No. Oh. Front, like he looked like he was going for a vertical suplex and just pancaked him face first. Savage once again with his foot on the rope. Too close to the ropes, Jake. Still in the ropes. Jake knocks Savage down.
But I'll tell you that the tide of the match has turned now. Macho Man had the early
Harry Smith actually confessed to throwing the coffee on Roberts on a radio show, so he's wanted in Louisiana for arrest and battery. So he won't be working stateside anytime soon, I don't think. He's still in Japan, right? Oh, man, that's so dumb to do that. DDT again, but Savage in the ropes. Very smart. Savage has the DDT, well scouted. He puts Liz in front of himself. Oh, into the ring post goes Jake. Yeah, Savage is not someone I would describe as good looking, Jesse. Savage up top. Double axe handle smash. Jake is in trouble. Double axe handle inside the ring. It's over. 1, 2. No. Jake kicks out. Now Savage is going to go for the flying elbow smash. Nope. Oh, shot to the face. Jake back in it. Was the snake bite on Saturday night's main event? No, it wasn't. It was on Superstars. Jake's back in it. Oh, Savage cuts him off. Oh. Oh. Oh, referee got tossed across the ring. And now Jake Roberts shoves the. Oh my goodness! The referee just got bumped into the the timekeeper table. Savage throws a chair in the ring. Yeah, we're getting a double DQ here. Jake Roberts has the snake. Does he have Damien? He's got Damien all over Savage. Savage is like, oh shit, I'm getting out of there. Get the hell out of there. God damn it. Run. Run. Liz and Randy are running for their lives. Double disqualification. Really good match. Not the final time that Jake and Savage would face each other on Saturday night's main event. We would get a rematch in 1992 as part of their storyline going back to 91 and the snakebite incident. The selling of Hercules.
I told you, brother, I don't get in nothing but cash. Well, if I'm paying cash for Hercules, it's well worth it. Hey, Doc, Hercules Hernandez is the greatest commodity professional wrestler. I wouldn't even be selling to you if it wasn't for all this money. Well, you're going to get your money. Which I'm waiting on. I like my withdrawal.
So Slick is selling Hercules.
Whoa, brother. Well, what's the problem? Since you're getting all this cash, I like the contract. I'm sorry. Hey, you know the Slick to take care of business. There you go.
Slick sold Hercules to Bobby Heenan. That was funny.
Well, Bobby Heenan, we all know that Slick demanded cash for the contract of Hercules. Apparently your credit's not any good. I can go to any bank. I got credit in the free world. I can go to Beverly Hills, snap my fingers like that. They say, yes, Mr. Heenan. What do you want, Mr. Heenan? How much do you want, Mr. Heenan? When would you like it, Mr. Heenan? I just cashed a check for Slick. That is the way I do my personal business, pal. Well, I'm not too certain about that. I do know one thing, Hercules. Mr. Heenan got you a title shot quickly enough. Your thoughts on the big one?
Well, everybody knows, Gino Clint, that Bobby Heenan is the smartest manager in professional wrestling today. The kind of manager I want to manage my career as the world's heavyweight champ.
Wait a minute. You're not the champion yet.
He has a title shot, Mean Gene.
Champion that quick like that. Show a little respect. He's the champion. Say it.
Indiana's favorite Bobby.
I am the champion. I am the champion.
Well, gentlemen, please, just by saying it, we'll make it so. Back to you, Vince.
All right, comments earlier on from Hernandez and Dean in the
Hercules Hernandez.
who's standing by with World Wrestling Federation champion Hulk Hogan.
Let's be at this time, heavyweight champion of the world, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan making his tits dance. That's nice.
And of course, Hulk, it happens on your own home turf here in Southern California.
Thank God, Mean Gene, I'm the pump back man. You know,
Where was the Indiana's favorite Bobby line said? WrestleMania 8.
I checked this dude Hercules out, man. He's got the body of a god. He even looks like the real Hercules, and he's definitely stronger, man.
There is no real Hercules.
Not even farther.
It's a mythical figure.
God, he could have been an immortal. And you know something, Mean Gene? Since he's guided by Bobby the Weasel Heenan, I've trained for the dude like he's an immortal, brother. I've been hanging out in the Garden of Eden with my man Squeezy. I know 20,000 leagues under the sea, 40 nights and 40 days. I hung and bung on the Titanic and Hercules.
The fuck are you talking about, Hogan?
Yes, there will be diverted attentions tonight with the presence of Hercules' new manager, Bobby Heenan.
Well, you know, it's the same old story with this Weasel man. He keeps throwing them at me, and I keep knocking them down. But you know,
What do you think of Hogan versus Rock 2 in Montreal? It was fine. It was solid. It got them to Mania 19. It set up a Hogan McMahon, which is what they wanted, but it wasn't the classic that the first match was.
Hopefully I'll get that little weasel in this 24-inch python and squeeze his head. But I'm going to the top of the family, Mean Gene. Hercules, you shall feel the wrath of the pythons. You shall feel the wrath of Hulkamania. This is where the power lies.
This is where the power
lies. Hulk Hogan, a ton of the Vince McMahon. Let's go back to you.
We are all ready. Wait a minute, McMahon. What is this man talking about? This is where the power lies. He points his finger to the palm of his hand. I don't know, Jeff, but I can tell you where the power is. It's right here. This gym. Listen to this extraordinary demonstration of Hulkamania. Yeah, Hulkamania. That's a fact. I think the dude's lost it. I think the man is confused. He is now finally facing a challenger who's just as strong as he is in that ring. Order as Hogan points the bad finger at Hercules. Hulk Hogan preparing for I believe what he described as his ultimate title defense. Well, I tell you, if he thinks ripping off a t-shirt is going to intimidate Hernandez, he better think again what he's got. Look at this roll. Here it comes again.
God, Hogan's over as fuck right now.
And here comes one for you, Jesse. Hey, I don't care about that, McMahon. Crowds don't win matches. Hogan's going down.
All right, here we go. Blue knee pads. Interesting look for Hogan. The blue doesn't quite match the yellow the same way the red does. Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Classic. Here comes Hogan. Now Hercules is going down. No, headbutt to the sternum. What is that? Blue World Order? What? I was flipping channels and saw the hand that rocks the cradle on. Ever see that on the pay-per-view channel? I've never seen the. Well, okay, I take that back. I saw the movie years later, but at the time, it was one of the movies that was being advertised alongside SummerSlam '91. So I saw the trailer a lot, waiting for SummerSlam '91, and I was kind of like freaked out by it. Knee lift by Hogan. Oh, now he's chasing Heenan.
Now what is the purpose of Hogan chasing Heenan outside the ring?
Boom, 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 boom.
Heenan in the ring.
Save me, Herc! Save me! Jesus, look at it. Big boot by Hogan. Bobby Heenan with the quickness of a cat.
Hogan has the early momentum right here. Hercules
Body slam by Hogan.
Hercules has to do something to change that.
Elbow drop? No, he missed.
And that's exactly what he just did.
Now, I've got to say, Jesse, that's an impressive mistake, but the wrong move. Why did Hernandez on Hulk Hogan? That's stupidity.
That's not stupidity. He's got the chance.
The heels are stupid.
Hogan's eating canvas out there.
Hercules Hernandez in control of the moment. Sets up the champion. Puts it to the far side.
Into the corner goes Hogan.
Once again, champion Hulk Hogan and Hercules.
You know, Hogan looks good on his knees. I've seen him on his knees in 2 or 3 occasions now in this match, and he looks good like that.
Bobby Heenan hoping his investment pays off here tonight on Saturday night's main event.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's Dave Hebner refereeing again. Now, he got smashed in the last bout. What is that thick-headed Jack Tunney, president of the World Wrestling Federation, allowing Hebner to come out and referee a title match like this again?
It could be because Hebner might even be tougher than you, Jesse.
This is ridiculous.
Bear hug by Hernandez.
You probably can't even count to 3 at this point in time.
Nilbog! It's Goblin spelled backwards. That's a Troll 2 reference. If you want to see a movie that's awesomely bad, go watch Troll 2. Oh, there you go. Backbreaker.
Hercules once again in control. Oh, look at that. That's got to be painful.
Well, I'll tell you what. I can feel Hogan's vertebrae cracking and snapping all the way back here.
Hernandez. Again, cinching victory. Perhaps a bit of overconfidence.
Was the Andre heel turn with Bobby Heenan on Saturday night's main event? No. No, it wasn't. That was on I believe that was on an episode of Superstars, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, the torture rack. The Hercules backbreaker, as they're calling it, it's the torture rack. Why did Herc let it go? Looking forward to Avengers Infinity War. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty good. Well, he only got out of it because Herc is an idiot. Hulk up.
This is robbery. This is total robbery. The man quit.
Hernandez is frustrated. And look at champion Hogan coming around. Hulkamania is coming right at Hernandez.
I just can't believe the man has gotten up from that back.
1, 2, 3. Hogan. Shot to the ropes. Takes Herc down. Elbow to the face. Who do you think is most likely to die in Infinity War? I think they're gonna thin the herd a little bit and kill some people. I think Captain America is probably gonna bite the dust. Down goes Herc. To the ropes. Big boot. Hogan with a spinning leg drop. 1, 2, 3. Hogan gets him. Yeah, that match was that was a paint by numbers Hogan match, pretty much. Especially for 86. That was if there was such a thing as a typical Hogan match, it was this one. It was give the fans what they want, don't do anything too crazy. Just give them Hogan. And that's pretty much what it was. Okay, I'll be right back. Just want to get something to drink. Have you heard Superstar Billy Graham rant about Ronda Rousey? I did hear about that. Such an odd person to really... I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Superstar. It's like, really? Why are you ranting about this? Why does it bother you? Great Khali versus Hogan almost happened at Mania 23. I think that was pitched, wasn't it? But we got Kane and Khali instead, so we were fine.
When we come back, now you'll see what it's like.
Hot Rod coming up next. Ooh, battle of like the former partners. Bob Orton versus Piper.
Whatever you do, don't order the burritos, man. Use your gas. Gentlemen, you've stirred up a hornet's nest. I have never seen Roddy Piper so determined in all my life. And we all saw what he did to Adrian Adonis on the last Saturday night. Now he says, it's your turn.
Have you heard about this man? That lunatic Piper, he used a heavy wooden crutch. And you said yourself he used a foreign object.
That's right, he used a foreign object. I'll stand by it. But what's to say he won't stoop to doing that again? Cowboy Bob, you and Rowdy Roddy were best of friends. How is that going to determine the outcome of tonight's match?
Friends, Piper used me. I did all the dirty work while Piper stood back and got all the glory.
Roddy Piper should have read nursery rhymes to children. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Tonight, you have no friend. You heard it from him. Best of luck, gentlemen. Thank you. All right.
Well, maybe he doesn't have any friends tonight, but at one time, there's no doubt that Orton was very, very close to Roddy Piper. How close? Let's find out.
As far as AC baby, yeah, I love you. He's my bodyguard.
My bodyguard. Okay, they clearly put this music in. This was supposed to be for something else. Ooh, we got Orton and Piper beating up on Andre. That's interesting. Piper un-PC nursery rhymes only on WWE Network. I'd watch that in a heartbeat. Best buddies. Get out of Piper's way. Do not even.
There was never any friendship, according to Orton, between you and him. Never any friendship, huh? With that ugly mummy goes, how about the time I got lovely Lucy to go out with you, huh? Took me 14 months of Sundays to get lovely Lucy go and $100 bill on your car. How about away that Thunderbird red I put you up and stood you up like a man and put a hat on you, Bob Orton. You ugly son of a gun. How
Oh, yeah, now you think you're a big shot because you got the magnificent Morocco with you. You're the fat Albert of professional wrestling, huh?
Jesus Christ.
Very tough. So tough, here comes Adrian Adonis. Starts hitting me upside this side like that. Here comes Bob White. Starts hitting me this side. Here comes Morocco. Hits me this side. It don't matter no more to me. You see, it don't matter tonight. I take care of work. You see? Because I was rowdy before rowdy was cool.
Okay, we're all in agreement that Piper snorted cocaine right before cutting that promo, right? I mean, that's the only way you can explain half of these 80s promos. What's your favorite pizza topping? Pepperoni. I'm boring. Pepperoni and bacon. I do like bacon. Have you heard that Bruce Pritchard will have his show on the network? I have. They actually posted the first episode of WrestleMania 14. I might have to give that a listen. He needs to do his Jim Cornette impression on. Yes, he does. Goddamn! I'll kill you, you motherfucker! Motherfucker! Have you spoken before about matches you like that no one else does? What are some movies you like that no one else does? God, that's tough. I can't think of any. I can't think of any movies that I like that everyone else hates. I mean, I guess Rocky V. I like Rocky V, but that's only because I'm a Rocky sycophant. They're having a cooking show called Talking Snack. I'd watch that. Bye. Morocco is out of here. Causing too many problems. Hebner is the referee for the third match in a row. Jesus, he's working overtime. Come on, Piper. Piper, Jesus. Upstairs, downstairs, fast as hell. Look at this. Bulldog. Down goes the cowboy. Ooh, Piper's biting now. Oh, Orton gets flipped into the corner. What did you think of Piper and WCW going against the NWO? They did some okay like promos with it, but Piper was past his prime by that point, so it just felt like, you know, an old guy going up against the hot new thing. Oh, knee lift by Piper. He is kicking Orton's ass. Maybe they switched between Earl and Dave Hebner without telling anyone. Maybe. Oh, shot to Piper. Oh. Shot to the gut. Oh, stomach buster.
Tremendous matchup here. These two, of course, you never know it, but at one time they were the best of friends. We're going to cover it. Almost three. McMahon, let me get something straight with you right now. There is no friendship here when it comes to wrestling. Almost a count of three. Listen to the chat of Roddy. We had about a minute on the part of our... Wait a minute.
The initial Piper Hogan WCW match was big, even the Super Bowl match, but after that, nothing mattered. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, roll up by Piper. 1, 2. That was quick. Yeah, Piper wins.
Piper is not out of the woods yet. Piper may have won the battle, but the war is far from over because there's still Morocco waiting in the wings and Adrian Adonis. Where's the victor? Roddy Piper!
What if Piper joined the NWO instead? He wouldn't have fit. Like, he's not a good fit, I don't think. What did you think of the show? My Name is Earl. I only watched it a couple of times. I liked it. I thought it was solid. But I never got, like, super hooked into it. Have you ever seen Zombieland? I have. It's great. Really like that movie.
Another tremendous chapter, the book of Roddy Piper tonight. That big match against Ace Cowboy Bob Orton. You've got to be very pleased with your performance this evening.
Please. Please, I got a pink cowboy hat on, I guess. Not real pleased. Adrian Adonis is still hitting me in the head. Fat Albert out there, dumb rocking. Still getting away. You see the work's just begun. Small victory like that going.
You know, Roddy, all of a sudden you have become a tremendous crowd favorite. I don't think you ever had any intentions of winning a popularity contest in professional wrestling, but apparently you have.
When I was in high school, I was the man most likely to marry the cheerleading squad. I don't know about that. I kind of cute my own way. I ain't running for president. I don't really care. I fight to feed people. If Adonis, at least I got Adonis back in the pants. At least you can say that one. At least I got a big cowboy hat off of Bobby Orton's night 4 all day. See, baby, did you lose? Oh, I'm sorry. It was my fault.
What about the kilts with Orton and Morocco?
No, those are dresses. Those are dresses. I wear a kilt. You see, when it comes down to it, when I'm good, I'm good. But when I'm bad, I'm much better.
He is one of a kind.
Jesus.
Roddy Piper, I think.
Piper sounds drunk. He always sounds drunk. He's Piper. All right, we've got Killer Bees versus the Hart Foundation up next. Favorite Toy Story? Toy Story 3. That one was an emotional roller coaster, to say the least.
You know, Mean Gene, the Hart Foundation has one goal, baby, and one goal only, and that's the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team title.
We are the world. No, we are the champions.
Oh, wait a minute, gentlemen. That's easier said than done. Exactly how are you planning on defeating the Killer Bees?
We're going to clip their wings.
Snap their stingers. And when we're done with them, people won't be calling them the Killer Bees. They'll be calling them the Wing Bees.
You gotta be kidding me. Give me a break, gentlemen, please. Vince, back to you, please.
All right, the tag team matchup just getting underway. It's the Hitman Bret Hart squaring off against Jumping Jim Brunzell. I'll tell you, McMahon.
All right, here we go. The Bees versus the Hart Foundation.
Because waiting in the wings for the team that wins this match is the British Bulldogs for the championship of the world. Yes, indeed, both teams want a victory very badly now. Brunzell.
Ducks the clothesline. Brunzell. Knee lift to Bret Hart. B. Brian Blair.
Somewhat of a controversial tag team combination. Of course, Jesse, I'm making reference to the mask that they wear into the ring on occasion. And earlier on, Mean Gene Okerlund spoke with them while they were wearing their masks.
Very critical matchup, I think we all agree, for the Killer Bees tonight against the Hart Foundation. Jumping Jim Brunzell and B. Brian Blair. Jimmy, what do you anticipate from the Harts tonight?
I'm Brian.
You're Brian. Well, that must mean that you're Jim. Jim, they're big.
No, Jim, wait a minute. I'm Brian.
Well, wait a minute.
I told you I'm Brian.
Well, you just said you were Brian.
Well, sometimes I'm Brian and sometimes I'm Jim.
Wait a minute. Then you're Jim Brunzell.
I told you I'm Brian.
Well, if you're Brian, then you've got to be.
Who's on first?
I'm Gene Okerlund, and if your opponents are as confused as I am at this point,
We got some roll-ups going on in the ring.
Thank you very much, Killer Bees.
Arm drag onto Jim the Anvil Neidhart. I don't know. Third base. What is it? Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know's on third. I don't give a darn. Oh, he's our shortstop. Oh, shot to the back.
Tremendous move on the part of the hitman outside the ring. Caught the referee looking the other way, did his damage, and turned the tables on the match. I like that. All right, now, Tiger's name, the Hart Foundation.
Thoughts on Suicide Squad, how you would have improved it? I would have had a more coherent script. I would have used Joker as the villain instead of the Enchantress. Like, why wasn't Joker the villain? Like, I don't understand, like, why they went to all the trouble of having Enchantress and doing all that other stupid crap, which didn't make any sense. Dropkick by Jim Neidhart. All right. Pink and black attack, man.
But you notice how smart the Hart Foundation is here, McMahon. They're keeping Brunzell in the corner. They're making those quick tags. They're keeping the advantage. Jimmy Hart offering advice for the usage of the megaphone. The Hart Foundation in complete control. Two referee, get him out of the time. Jumping Jim.
Oh, choking him with the tag rope.
And look at that dummy player coming into the ring and distracting the referee, allowing Neidhart to do that much more damage. Double team effort just moments ago on Jumping Jim Brunzell. A legal tag there now in the angle. But Jumping Jim Brunzell.
Oh, swings him right on the top rope. Neck first. Excuse me.
They're doing their damage. They're scoring their points. And look at that. Now there's a smart wrestler. He gives Blair a little love tap, gets him to come into the ring while they continue to do their damage. That is smart tag team wrestling. Brunzell almost made a tag a moment ago, but cut off there by the Hitman Bret Hart.
All right. Backbreaker by Brett. Hart Foundation. They look like a well-oiled machine. Oh, missed an elbow. If you could describe Batman v Superman in one paragraph, how would you? It is a messy, messy story. Hardly anything makes any sense. It squanders the opportunity and doesn't live up to its potential. Pretty much all there is to say. What do you think of Heavy Machinery in NXT? I think they're good. I think they're a good power team. They haven't really given them anything huge to really make fans sink their teeth into them, but they're a solid team and they've done well with what they're given. So just a matter of getting that program to help get them over. Hart Foundation, they are working this match very, very well. Keep the opponent in your corner. Quick and consistent tags. Backslide, but Brett gets out easily. Drop kick! Brett goes down, and now Jumping Jim can't get the tag. He can't get it. Nope. Got the tag, but I don't think the referee saw it. Nope. Nope. Heart Foundation versus Hollywood Blondes. That would have been a great match. Oh, the Killer Bees. What are they doing? They're putting their masks on. They're going to do some twin magic, some trickery. I agree with Jesse. That shouldn't be allowed. Bumblebee Man should have been the manager of the Killer Bees. Ay, Dios míos. Atomic drop. Yeah, this is weird. Like a babyface team that uses cheating as like their gimmick. It's like, okay. Anvil's going to sleep. Oh, there we go. Bret Hart breaks up the sleeper hold. Up, little twin magic. Yep, they're cheating. They be cheating. Who would you like to see Paul Ellering manage now that he's not with AOP? I don't know. Is he going to stick around? Roll up on Bret by the illegal B. 3 count. Yeah, they cheated. I agree with Jesse. They cheated. Did you ever play Simpsons Hit and Run on PS2? I did not. Never played it. Heard it was good. But they're the baby faces. It's fun. They're lying, cheating, and stealing. It's funny. The kids love them. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
It's the big Russian, Nikolai Volkov, against Coco Beware, newcomer to the World Wrestling Federation, who along with Frankie will be electrifying thousands of fans.
Frankie!
And tonight, of course, watching television across the good old US of A.
That's right, brother. I'm telling you, Frankie's fired up. I'm fired up, brother. We want to go all over the world. And guess what? Frankie want to go to Russia.
To Moscow?
Hey, Frankie, what you going to do in Moscow? This is what Frankie's going to do. Yes, Frankie.
What about Leningrad?
Frankie, what are you going to do in Leningrad? Huh?
And what about
Because animal sidekicks, we need them.
I think he's got it, and I think Coco Beware, get ready for action against the big Russian Nikolai Volkov. He has got the movement going.
I gotta go.
Coco Beware, he is electricity personified. Back to you, Vince. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce in the ring at this time to my left, the manager, the Doctor of Style, Slick. And he represents from the Soviet Union, weighing 313 pounds, Nikolai Volkov.
This capacity crowd awaiting the presence of Coco Beware. What a matchup this is going to be. Nikolai Volkov going up against a young man rapidly climbing the ladder of success. Coco Beware.
Coco Beware.
Give me a break. Wait a minute, big man. Wait a minute. How come you gotta be so rude? The man's singing his anthem. You're not only rude as a broadcaster, you're just an out-and-out rude person. All right, let's let Nikolai make a fool of himself then. Let's listen in. Cut short there a little bit. Certainly you were not cut short earlier on, though, when you had the occasional interview, the Slickster and Nikolai Volkov.
Why is Slick in a cast?
Slick, I like your style. Nikolai has never looked better.
Well, you know, Jesse, I'm sure, brother, that you can understand that to wrestle good, you got to feel good. And to feel good, you got to look good. You understand? And to look good, brother, it takes money. And to get money, you got to have the guiding hand of the slickster over your career. You know what I mean, brother?
Well, it makes a lot of sense to me. But Slick, what about this Coco carry?
You know what, Jesse? I don't know Coco from a coconut. One thing I do know, he's the one that better beware. Because
what did you think of the band in TNA? Pathetic. A pathetic attempt to try and relive the NWO. That was sad.
Let me ask you something. Are you happy with your new manager?
Jesse, Slick is not like most America. He is an honest man. Slick number one, and Russia number one.
Well, good luck, gentlemen, against Coco, and I think he better beware.
On his way to the ring, but breaking his head, Coco beware.
Coco always had great theme songs. The Pile Driver theme, the friggin' Coco Beware theme in like the early 90s, I think. Very good. Are we getting more Hulk Hogan?
What matchup is going to be? Nikolai Volkov against Coco Beware. Looking at Nikolai charging. Look at him, every away on Coco. Has him in the corner. Unrelenting. Nikolai Volkov, the big powerhouse, working finally back up. Smart move.
You know, I don't think, except maybe when he was with Owen as part of High Energy, I don't think I ever saw Coco Beware win a match. I never saw him win a singles match. Not that I recall. Oh, over the back. Coco back in control. What is Coco? What is that? That was a weird looking monkey flip. I don't know what that was. Drop kick. Drop kick. Oh, nice spinning shot from Volkov. Oh, draped him on the top rope. Oh, big splat. Oh, missed with the knee drop. Coco gets out of the way. Missile drop kick by Coco. There you go. 1, 2. No, Volkov kicks out.
I don't know what Coco's going to do because he's used up his entire arsenal on Volkov right now, and there's no way I think he can get a 3 count on the big man.
Oh, gorilla press by Volkov. Oh, into a rib breaker. All right, is this it? 1. No, oh, didn't take the pin. Body slam by Volkov. Coco from behind. Roll up. 1, 2, 3. Coco got it. Coco won a match. Okay. I can now say I have seen Coco Beware win a singles match. Okay, let's look at the chat. All right. Joe versus Angle 1 in TNA drew 60,000 buys with a 1-month build. Imagine if it was a 6 to 8 month build. It's one of those things I think about all the time. What could have been if they had actually had some patience and decided to build it up? Why does everyone not like Jinder Mahal? His promos are very good, and if booked correctly, he could be the Muhammad Hassan. I would have not been disliked, blah, 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 disliked, but he would be telling the truth. Well, the problem with Jinder was that they pushed him to the top too fast. It was like, Jesus Christ, what the hell? as like this jobber guy's the champ now. What the hell? This is stupid. And they didn't like win him over with the audience before putting the belt on him. And now he had like, I thought his matches were subpar for the most part. And it just felt like what they were trying to get out of it, which was, you know, increase the, you know, or draw for the India shows, didn't work because they ultimately had to combine all the shows into one show because they didn't sell enough tickets. So nothing that they were trying to do with him worked. So it's just kind of like, hey, remember when that guy was champion? Remember what a mistake that was? So that's how Coco got into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, he won this one match on Saturday Night's Main Event. The Rebel, Dick Slater. That's un-PC. He's got the, oh, he's got a Confederate flag. I'm surprised they haven't had to censor that. And he's a baby face. It's like, oh, God. I'm triggered. WWE, you're triggering me. Need to stop. Censor it. Make it go away. Dick Slater. Is he Heath Slater's father? Maybe.
The second reason is because we like that Rebel Redneck song. Hit it, Mr. Fuji. I wish I were in the leather pocket. Old time there were never forgotten. Look away, look away, look away.
Oh my God, Mr. Fuji, you were a treasure. You were a treasure. That was great. Wow. All right, here we go. Morocco versus Slater. Probably going to be the last match of this episode.
The Maguilas in Morocco hammering away on the Rebel Dick Slater at the moment. Kitchen rolling now and whips it to the Maguilas Morocco. And Slater's in pain. Look at that face on him. He's hurt. What a right hand. Morocco. Right now it's Maguilas in Morocco in there against Dick Slater. What's he going to do now? Looks like an airplane spin, McMahon.
How would you go about making a broken Matt Hardy movie? I would let Hardy make it. Kick out by Morocco. I would just like get, it's like, all right, Matt, you have full control over this. Do whatever you want. We need more representation in WWE. I don't mind representation in WWE. I just, could you pick guys, could you not, like, could you book them properly? And could you pick guys that are talented and charismatic enough to be in those spots? And I don't think Jinder's that guy. I just don't. Dick Slater. I mean, it's like this whole discussion about the Ghostbusters movie where it's like, look, I don't mind a woman cast. It's just, could the movie be good? Could it not be a bucket of shit? Could you actually make the movie funny? That'd be nice. I'm not going to like something just because you know, the lead. Oh, Fuji with a trip. I'm not going to like something just because the leads are filling a label quota. That's ridiculous. It's like, it's still got to, like, I mean, there's talk that Ronda and Charlotte are going to main event WrestleMania next year. I'm fine with that, but, and that was a quick win for Morocco, but I mean, I'm fine with that. It's just that the match has got to be good, though. I mean, granted, it can't be any worse than the last, what, 3 or 4 with Roman? 3, yeah, the last 3. The Taker match was terrible. The fucking Triple H match was terrible. And the Lesnar match was... Okay, of the last 3 Mania main events, the Lesnar-Roman rematch is the best one of the 3. That should tell you something.
And Roddy Piper with a victory over Bob Orton. Well, I'll tell you what, a bit of a hollow victory, McMahon.
I like some of the interactions between the female Ghostbusters, but not much else. You liked it more than I did, because I didn't even like that.
Hulk Hogan, I think,
Good characters, good writing, good matches. That's all I want. Yeah, that's all I want out of anything. It's just good characters, good writing. Blah, blah, blah. Look at me in my stupid wig. I mean, if it's still, I mean, if the show sucks, the show sucks. Like, having different races and genders represented in that isn't going to fix that. Not for me, anyway. I don't care. Roman and Triple H could fill a top 5 worst Mania matches list by themselves. I would even go as far to say maybe a top 10. I mean, good Lord. I haven't seen Jinder do anything that left an impression on me. Nothing. Literally nothing. I mean, everything about him just screams, I'm a generic foreigner that hates America because I have dark skin. That's his whole, like, deal, and I just don't care. Okay, so that concludes Saturday night's main event. Hi, Patrick. What matches would you book for a Lucha Underground versus New Japan? Oh, Jesus Christ. That could be its whole own video. I'd have to think about that. There's a lot of good ones popping up in my head. Do you like the female Ghostbusters more than Ghostbusters 2? Ghostbusters 2 at least gave us Vigo the Carpathian. I'll give Ghostbusters 2 that. And we had Peter McNichols. So, like, of all the faults that movie has, at least it gave us that. Suzuki versus Mil Muertes. That'd be cool. Oh, God. Yeah, that would be a good one. Matanza versus Ishii. That'd be a good one. A lot of good stuff. But, Jinder Mahal, Universal Champion 2018. I doubt that'll happen. Well, I say that. It's like, I doubt that'll happen. But you never know in this crazy, crazy world. But, yeah, so that concludes the stream today. We finished up with Saturday night's main event. That episode was fine, not great. It was probably the weakest of the 86 episodes. The Savage Jake match was good, was really good. Everything else just kind of normal formulaic stuff. Nothing huge going on this particular episode. But that Savage Jake match was good. So next week, it's going to be even, I expect 2 more exciting shows, both from the Clash and from Saturday night's main event. Because for Clash of Champions, I got the card pulled up here. The next Clash of Champions, we will have Sting and Ric Flair teaming up against Dick Slater and the Great Muta. So that should be exciting. And Saturday night's main event number 9 will open up with Hulk Hogan taking on Paul Orndorff in a steel cage match as the climactic battle in their feud. So a lot to look forward to next week. But thank you all for watching the stream. Really enjoy having you guys watching this stuff with me once again. Starting next week, I'm going to go back to making regular videos. I think my post-Mania break has gone on long enough. So I got a few more videos lined up. Which is better, New Japan or Lucha Underground? I like both for different reasons. I know that's a cop-out answer. I like New Japan because of their sports style presentation and their big main events. And I like Lucha Underground because of their whole, like, just, they created this wacky world for this universe and they stick to it and they embrace it and adhere to all their rules. And it's just a wonderfully written show. Will Ric Flair turn on Sting this time? I'm not sure. We'll find out next week. But yeah, glad you all could enjoy. Glad you all were able to join me today. Another fun Saturday night's main event Clash of Champions stream. But I expect next week's to be a lot more exciting, given the shows and matches that are going to be featured. So that is all I have for you here. Keep watching the streams. Keep watching the channel. I've got more videos coming out for you next week. But for right now, I'm signing off. So y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend.